What's up? What's up? Episode 15, the Rose Podcast. It's your boy C. Diddy.
Matt makes me sick. 15 down.
15 down. Well, 14 down, 15 in progress.
This shit's going down. What the fuck?
God forbid North Korea doesn't nuke us during this episode. We might not make it through. So 14 down, 15 attempted. Yeah, we'll check back in periodically and see if we make it through.
North Korea said if a bullet get fired, it's over. Like, don't fire one fucking bullet.
Hey, you let off a 22 shell, it's going the fuck down.
Real shit. North Korea is not for the bullshit.
Yeah, no, they're not fucking around, man. It's been a crazy week.
Do you want to get to our guests?
I'm not getting right into the shit, but I'm just saying, it's been just a crazy week in general.
Whole week's been. I mean, it's retarded every week. It gets scarier every night.
This week in particular was like on some shit though.
Yeah.
Might get dark.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, It's gonna get dark.
Yeah, it get dark.
This episode's gonna get dark. I can feel that.
But we have a special guest in the building today. International touring comedian, actor. You've seen him on All Def Digital.
19 million views. Was it 19
Don't
million?
disrespect me,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Don't disrespect me. It's 22 million, man.
Oh, 22
man.
now.
22 million, man. 22.5 to be exact, yo.
21 of that was probably like Raya.
Nah, what? You crazy. Crazy. You gotta remember, man, first of all, let me just say my name, you know what I mean?
State your name.
I'm Clint Coley, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I am the best comedian they've had on this podcast. Fuck you, Spank. All right? Fuck you, Will Horton. All right? Fuck you, Scooter. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best comedian they have. No, I'm just playing, man. No, much love to them, man. Especially Spank, man. Literally, I saw y'all had him on your podcast. Real quick, I'll share a story about him.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
I remember when I started at the Laugh House.
Right. R.I.P. to the Laugh House.
Yeah, I started at the Laugh House. I remember I remember Spank, man, literally, he used to host Thursday nights, you know what I'm saying? And literally Thursday nights, he used to, as an open mic comedian, you couldn't wait to get to Thursday, you know what I'm saying? So he was hosting, everything was dope. And I did a Thursday night one time, man, and I bombed. And, you know, the shit that he said about me after I got off stage was so ruthless, and so it made you want to get better. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say I appreciate him for talking about how terrible I was, because I mean that's what Philly is for you. You know what I'm saying? I remember I never forget I got a Long Island iced tea thrown at me that night, and I said yo, who the fuck did that? The nigga in the back said it was me, and I feel like any nigga that admits to throwing a Long Island iced tea at a nigga is about that life.
All right, real quick. Did it actually hit your lips that you tasted?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
What the fuck is this?
I knew
Is
exactly
this a
what
Long
it was.
Island?
Why is the bitch making them on Long Island so strong back there?
I remember that. Shit was crazy, man. So that was the beginning of my comedic journey about.
Spank said they pulled keys out on him in Atlanta and started shaking him.
Start jingling.
Yeah, that's
keys.
real.
Yeah,
That's
and
legit.
they
Yeah,
said
they
they
do that
came-
at Uptown.
Pulled him off the stage.
Yeah, well, they ain't do that to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying they do that. Atlanta's probably the roughest city though.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
you know what? Philly is like they'll boo you, but at least you know it's like with good intentions. Like you really just not funny. Like if you get booed in Philly, it's like we gave you a chance. You just suck. Same thing with New York. Same thing with Baltimore. But Atlanta, them niggas come to boo you. Like they don't want to see you. Like they think they funnier than you.
So they paid their cover.
Yeah, just
two drink minimum.
Yes,
to boo you.
To boo you. Like, literally, they come there like, hey man, we don't want to hear that shit. We don't want to hear that shit at Shouty. Like that's literally how it is. That's literally how it is in Atlanta. I swear to God.
I couldn't imagine getting booed. That would just fuck my whole little world up. Like,
well, you know,
I'm serious. I know me.
Matt spoiled, man. Matt did 3 shows, man, and did well every show. So
I feel like if I
he thinks he's Eddie Murphy.
No.
Because you know Eddie Murphy 2 for 2 on comedy specials and said fuck it.
I know emotionally I couldn't handle getting booed. I'd throw the mic at somebody. I know, like, there's no way on earth I could
You trying to go through something, cuz?
Real shit. Like, there's no way I could handle it.
I went through it a lot. I literally, because I just wasn't funny. Like it's just the bottom line. Like it took me a while to get. It took months, years to get funny. Like on stage. Like,
but you started young though. You started like fresh out of damn near high school.
Started at 19, but the problem is that you don't know. Like
you don't live no life.
There's nothing at 19. Literally, you know what I was talking about on stage? Taking the shit, fucking bitches. And the crazy thing is, at 19, you don't know how to fuck. Not really. You literally. I just started fucking at 15. And I had a 2-year lapse between 15 and 17 where I ain't getting no pussy.
2-year lapse.
So
I also encountered one of those
took a fuck sabbatical.
Yeah, I got some ass when I was
Came back at 19.
I got some ass.
Shit.
Listen, I got some ass when I was 15. And it really wasn't even real, like, because we didn't even do shit. Like, I mean, I stuck it in, so I feel like I did it. Like, I don't care.
Accomplished.
Won a championship.
Yeah, right. I didn't nut. She ain't. I mean, nothing happened really for real. It was just like, all right, and she stopped, and then like I didn't start fucking again until I was 17. So figure I'm talking about fucking at 19. I don't have that much experience, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. And mind you, most people that go to comedy clubs are in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s. So it's like
a lot of sweaters and
man. So you see jeans with shoes, and shit.
Driving shoes.
Yeah, man. Motherfuckers.
A whole lot of what the drivers.
Is that a car shoe, nigga? Wearing car shoes?
That's legit though. So
Cole Haans everywhere.
Yeah, man. So a bunch of motherfuckers, man. So they ain't trying to hear you talk about pussy you think you getting or you don't know what the fuck. Yeah, no, they ain't trying to hear that. So yeah, I got booed a lot. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know. I just feel like that young. Remember the young boy? Was on Comic View, the little kid.
Little JJ.
Yeah, it's like they made him up to be like the funniest thing ever, and it's just.
Well,
like,
he was a funny kid though. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, but it was a kid. It's just it was a funny.
But
kid.
then, when you're a kid though, I think a lot of times, man, you get handed a lot of stuff that you're not ready for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing that to a lot of comedians. They're handing them shit that they're not ready for. Like I'm not going to name names because I don't want to, make it look like I'm hating on anybody. But a lot of times you get handed stuff that you're not ready for. Like I will say, Philadelphia really prepared you, at least funny wise, to be
my first show I did was in Chicago with Clint. Clint was like, "Look, man, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes." I'm like, "All right, cool. 5 minutes should be cool." I did the 5, came on stage. After the show, everybody's coming up to me like, "Yo, you was funny as shit." Yeah. Car ride home, I'm like, "Look, man, I'm bigger than this 5 minute shit." Like,
right.
There's no way I can get by with this 5 minutes.
Right.
Like, y'all stop, y'all stunting my growth as a comedian. Yo,
that's exactly what happened.
That should go to your head quick. Remember, I didn't want to stay in the one hotel room.
Nigga. So okay, let me tell you something about that. First of all. Matt pissed me off, period, with this whole comedy shit, all right? Me and Matt, I didn't speak to Matt because because listen, all right, me and Matt not even friends. Well, we are now.
We cool now.
He not my man. He wasn't my man. Raheem was my, Arteta's my man. You know
I was actually going to fight Clint a couple years ago over some money. Remember from the bracket?
Yeah, man. Yo, Arteta texted me like, "Look, Clint, just pay the man." I was like, "Yo, I don't think y'all understand." I was like, "Yo, I literally be busy. I literally just forgot about it. I apologize." Like,
yeah, it was cool. It was all
so,
good.
And what was it? $80? What?
No, it's $200 because I won the bracket.
Oh, all right. Well, did you get your money?
I got it.
Okay. Well, everything's good.
Man pays his debts.
Yeah, man. God, it was like it wasn't personal.
I didn't understand that Clint really move around. Like,
listen,
so I thought he was just ducking
like,
me.
fuck you mean, cuz?
I hit him. He like, yeah, I'm in New York.
Fuck you mean you in Nebraska?
Yeah,
right?
Oh, no, I left. I went to Texas. I'm like, yo, this nigga playing with this $200.
Yeah, no, I really listen. My bags, literally. If y'all, first of all, y'all listen to this. My bags are literally.
He literally just flew in.
Like I literally just got here from Columbus, Ohio. Came here to do all the way up in the fucking far wherever the fuck this shit is, which is. That's another story, because this was a $45 Uber ride. So y'all niggas better, y'all gonna interview me right.
We're gonna interview the shit out of me, nigga.
Wait, my fault. Go and tell him how I'm spoiled.
So listen, this nigga, so he pissed me off with this comedy shit, because he calls Raheem and says, "Yo, R." He's like, "Yo, Clint." He's like, "Yo, man, I'm really tired of driving the bus. I'm trying to get into this comedy shit." So Arteta hits me up, was like, "Yo, Clint. My boy Matt, you remember Matt, right? Matt makes me sick, right?" I was like, yeah, I know you talking about the Cowboys fan. I don't fuck with you. And then I was like,
understandable.
I was like, yo, man, you want to do comedy? He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. So honestly, it was literally like let's talk. So literally talking back and forth. I was just like, man, all you got to do is get on stage. All you gotta do is get on stage. So then he told me he got the little pass to get on the plane. So I was like, oh, bet. I said, my man, I got a show in Chicago. All right, it's not a lot of long flight. All right, you can stay with me. You know what I mean? In my hotel room. Now, mind you, I'm at the Residence Inn downtown in Chicago, right? Residence Inns, anybody knows that they got couches, they got kitchens. It's a big ass room. Like, it's not no low.
It was a nice hotel,
right? So I was like, yo, man, stop bullshitting. Come get this 5 minutes. Come get this action. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We get there. I pay for the Uber to get there, to get down to the thing. Mind you, it's my birthday. All right. Get there. You know what I mean? So then we get to the room. He's like, damn, man, I don't really want to stay here. I was like, what? He's like, man, is there any way you can get me an extra room? I was like, you ain't performing, motherfucker. Like,
You're not on the bill.
What do you mean you want? I'm the headliner, mind you. It ain't even like this. He's like, yo, man. I was like, all right, man, I'll get you another room. He's like, I'll pay for it. I don't matter. He says, I just don't want to be it. I'm like, so you like. Here's the thing about comedy too, man. It's really about paying your dues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've slept in airports. You know what I'm saying? I've slept outside. I've told jokes at McDonald's to get food when I was in LA because I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? So hearing this motherfucker like say, oh, I can't stay in a hotel room with a nice warm fucking bed and a 42 fucking inch TV and a beautiful shower. You ain't even need another room. You ain't had no bitches or nothing.
Here's my thing. No, I don't. I never have any. No, don't.
My bad. He doesn't. You're right. He never has any. My bad.
Here's my thing. I got furniture at home. Already. I got furniture at home that's not even paid off yet. I could just go sleep on that shit. That was my whole joint. And I'm not talking about Chicago. Chicago was cool because we all had our own rooms.
Yeah, right.
I think we did.
We did.
Everybody had their own room. I'm talking about Phoenix. Remember, I didn't like the.
See, Chad, there's two different situations where this motherfucker
room issues
got room, and he's not even on the show.
Yo.
In Phoenix, it was even worse because it was an open mic. It was an open mic. It's a fucking open mic. This motherfucker is
can't be sleeping in these slavery conditions.
No, Phoenix was lit though.
Y'all gotta figure this shit out.
Yo, I set him up so perfectly, man. Got him on the open mic joint in Phoenix. Then the same weekend, Bill Bellamy's in town. I get on stage. I'm like, Matt, man, come backstage, meet Bill. This is literally a picture of me, Matt, Bill Bellamy, and Chris Gatling, of all people, from having a conference.
Chris Gatling definitely
Golden State Warriors.
When he crept in the room, I'm like, and he was all talking to me.
But you're the only nigga that knew who he was, though.
Because I'm looking, I'm like, I know this ain't Chris fucking Gatling.
I didn't know I couldn't pick Chris Gatling out of a fucking lineup. I knew the motherfucker was somebody because he was tall as shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, but the fact is, I'm like, man, I'm trying to look out for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally giving him the tools. So you can
put
win.
them in your network.
We got to the hotel in Phoenix.
Who gets to say that they meet Bill Bellamy their second time on stage?
And Clint was like, yeah, the hotel, he's like, it's not as nice as the one in Chicago, but it's pretty cool. We get there and I walk in. I'm talking about I open the door. I'm like, nah, son. I'm going to another one.
But it wasn't bad though. It was a Marriott. I can understand if I had you at the Super 8 or some shit like that.
I thought that was
the way he told the story prior. It made it seem like it was like one of them skeevy joints.
No,
like
man,
it
just was
skeevy.
No, man, it just wasn't. It wasn't like Chicago. It was decent. Like you could look as long as my thing is as long as the bathroom's clean, as long as it wasn't. I stayed there.
And then my girl flew in. So I was like complaining to her about the hotel.
And she's sitting there looking at you like you crazy too.
Got me in this run
and she like,
hotel.
what's wrong with it?
I'm like, this shit don't even got an ironing board. She's like, do you got to iron something? I'm like, no. That's besides the fucking point. A good fucking hotel room has an ironing board.
Mind you though, we getting the hotel discount, by the way. He's only paying $40 a fucking night.
It was like $42 or some shit like that.
You're paying poverty rates and you still complaining?
Listen, man. Oh, I said never again. This motherfucker ain't never getting on the show of mine again. So here's Matt.
Here's Matt.
Yeah, I'm a podcaster now. All right, let's get to the hot button issues. We're talking too much shit.
All right.
Run it.
I was gonna ask Clint some fucking questions and shit.
I'm sorry, because Clint's literally just gonna diss me for the next 2 hours.
I'm not, man. Ask me whatever, man. I'm here, man. Like I said, I paid $42 to get in the Uber. We gonna interview.
Clint, briefly, give us your elevator pitch. Tell your story for those of people that's out there under a rock that don't really know you.
The Cliff Notes version, because you are long-winded.
I am very long-winded, man. All right, so long story short, man. Comedian, born and raised here in Philadelphia, East Oak Lane. Long story short, I liked the girl. She didn't like me. I was trying to impress her. I tried out at the Laugh House February 7th, 2007. I started comedy. From there, I got on with D.L. Hughley. From there, Kev let me open up for him one time in at the University of Pennsylvania, where that was actually Spank's doing. And then I moved to Los Angeles. I was homeless, and then I kind of just like worked my way up, man. Like I was hosting a show at the Improv. I was hustling and flying around the country, chasing D.L. Hughley and trying to get 5 minutes to 7 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes to now. I help him write, and I've gotten. My name is getting bigger and bigger as weeks go on, because thanks to All Def Digital and Russell Simmons, man.
Tell them about your blue check on Instagram.
I got a blue check on Instagram now, man.
It's going down.
It's lit now.
Spank don't got a blue check.
Oh shit.
Yeah, nigga.
Oh shit. Shots fired, Spank.
That's my man though. All Def Digital, man, literally like skyrocketed me for, it was these. So I got these videos on Facebook called If Men Told the Truth. Pretty much, you put me in a scenario with a chick, and I'm going to say what's really on my mind instead of, the nice guy version of me. And collectively, I think we put out 6 videos, and they've accumulated 56 million views.
Holy shit, lit.
So, yeah. So, I mean, that's who I am now in a nutshell. And I just literally, All Deaf Digital is about to help me out and produce a pilot for me that we're going to sell to Amazon. So I'm excited, man. So, yeah.
Can you give us any of the inner workings of All Deaf Digital? You're obviously the first person who's been on this show that.
Well, so the crazy thing is I don't really work there.
Okay.
So, like, how it goes is, all right, so long story, so, people that work there could give you more so, like, how the ins and outs go.
So would you say you're more like a content producer?
That's exactly what I am. Literally, I sign content deals with them. So they're like, Clint, we want 4 videos, this price. I write it, I produce it, I direct it, I get it done, I shoot it over to them. They give me the bread. That's it. I think that for me, that's the best position to be in because I have creative freedom.
Gotcha.
When you actually work there at All Deaf Digital, it's of course it's like any other company, man. There's people that they like, there's people that they don't like. There's people that, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, like when I found, like, they did an analytics of me and literally said, like, yo, you're probably one of the most watched, you are the most watched person on our Facebook page. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
56 million views, that's not no fluke.
Yeah.
Like my first video did like 5 million, second video did 10, third video did 10. The lowest one that actually didn't do that well, which was 3 million, was the one where I'm telling white people how I felt about them. No disrespect, bro. So I got that got me a meeting with Russell Simmons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we sat down, we talked for about an hour. He said, man, anytime you want to come in my office and pitch me an idea, come on through. So All Deaf Digital, I will say, is a creative space for comedians, young guys who are trying to get their name out there. Like,
gotcha.
You can as long as you know somebody, you know what I'm saying, you could get in. So, Matt, if you'd have played your cards right, you know what I'm saying, you could have got walked in and met Russell, you know what I'm saying, but, you want to chill and be a podcaster. Nothing wrong with that because I got a podcast too. But what I'm saying is that, and real quick, I don't want y'all to think I'm shitting on Matt too. I think Matt is probably one of the most naturally gifted people that I've ever seen touch a microphone, and he's only done it for 3 times. And I was so disappointed.
6 times. I was 3 with you.
Okay, well, from
Please,
the 3 that I saw,
don't disrespect my other 3 shows.
I am disrespecting.
Put some respect on the other 3.
But my thing is that I was so disappointed when I was like, every time I'm hitting him up and he had things going on, and I'm like, man, like we make time for what's important. So we kind of had a disconnect about it. But long story short, I think Matt is gifted. And if you comment on this podcast or rate this podcast, whatever, y'all understand that this man is gifted. You listen to what he says, he's gifted too.
True story. We had a conversation on the phone, not to cut you off, but me and Clint was talking on the phone when he was like trying to get me back going on the road.
Yeah.
And I was telling him like, yo, I got a lot going on. I'm back working and this and the third. And he was like, listen, man. He's like, it was like when Beans was talking about Meek, and he was like, look, you're talented. I'm God gifted. He's like, you're gifted. You got this shit.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, real quick, let me go get this joint so I can record this because I'm gonna keep that for an intro. Like I will.
Facts. No, seriously, man.
It was dope as shit. I'm like, damn, I wish I'd have been recording.
My first couple times on stage didn't go like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like people are coming up to me after the show, like, yo, he was funny. Like literally, people say to me, like, yo, what happened to the fat boy, man? Like that's what they say to me.
They really call me fat?
I mean, nigga. What think we was gonna call you skinny?
I mean, I don't know. Just Matt.
They don't know your name, dog. Like, fat boy. Like, if I didn't, for a minute, I didn't know Chad. I didn't know his name. He was C Diddy.
Yeah.
I thought he was C Diddy.
True.
So, but yeah, that's who I am briefly in a nutshell, man. And I'm corny, and I'm cool with that. That's my other thing. I'm a corny dude.
Being true to yourself is the
cool,
most important thing you can do.
I'll try to be
man.
cool. I listen to y'all podcasts all the time, man. Y'all be talking about, rap and the culture. I don't know shit about the culture. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either.
I don't know shit about the vulture or whatever.
I'm introducing Matt to the culture.
Every week, Chad got an issue, and I'm like, who the fuck are we talking about?
It's like Chad's obscure rapper corner.
Exactly. I don't know none of these niggas,
of the
man.
show.
I don't know none of these niggas. People get mad at me like, yo, man, you don't listen to this. I'm like, no. Who the fuck is Migos?
Oh, no.
You don't know the Migos?
Well, I know now.
I know now. I'm about to say, get the fuck off the
get out.
You don't know
No,
Migos.
now I do, but at the time, I'm like, I thought Migos was one person. So that lets you know where the fuck I've been.
For a while, I thought it was one person also. Like when Versace first came out, I'm like, it's only one guy.
I told you when Biggie first dropped, I thought it was 2 people. Like Biggie
because
Smalls.
of, like, Give Me the Loot.
Give Me the Loot and The Warning.
Oh,
I thought it was
yeah.
two people. So,
Same thing with Shock G. He was two people.
Yeah.
He was.
He really was two people.
He was two people. Like Ed Lover said, he got on the show and like he was like, "Yo, where the fuck is Humpty?
Where's Humpty Hump? It's like, did the nose fool you that much? Like,
Shock G's the man.
Yeah, dog. For
Yo.
that. You can't.
That
Listen.
nigga has a hip hop classic where
Yeah.
he said, "I like my oatmeal lumpy." Like, that's a
hey,
real
fat girl,
classic.
come here.
Yeah.
Oh, you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look
Yeah,
at me,
yo,
I'm skinny. Never stopped me from getting
That
busy.
nigga got busy in the Burger King bathroom.
Oh shit, a Shock G reference.
A reference to a simpler time in
Right,
America,
man.
Right.
where a black man could have sex in a Burger King
King
bathroom,
bathroom,
and,
right,
no one,
right.
and
And-
rap about it, and
and
nobody
gra-
was appalled.
And grab him in the biscuits.
Crazy.
All right, so it's a lot of
Yeah.
hot button issues this week.
Yeah.
Domestic
You know the way
stuff.
this goes. We bring people up here and you run down.
You
our
a part of the
topics.
show.
You a part of the
You,
show.
you get your shit off. Say what you
Listen,
got to say.
I'm down.
But
Let's go.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying
talk.
about you, but it's about the
Yeah,
motherfucking
let's talk.
content.
Let's
on it.
talk, man.
So we
It's
got
the realest podcast ever, right?
We got domestic issues. We got wartime issues.
yeah.
We got political issues.
Right.
We
We
got
got
T.I. issues.
The kids are crazy.
We got Boosie issues.
But we do.
We got Troy Ave issues.
Lil Wayne
I heard his
issues.
interview, yo. I heard
He's a special case.
He's a dickhead, yo.
He's
How
a
long-
special.
how
Can I
long-
say that?
Yeah,
we
okay.
said it.
Say
We
whatever
said
you
it
want.
No,
last
I'm
week.
scared of Troy Ave.
Why?
Because I don't want to get shot.
I mean,
Does he shoot? He was the interview I heard. He was talking about how he don't snitch, and he's facing 20 years, and he might be taking a rap for somebody else. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Matt, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm telling. Chad, I'm telling. White boy in the booth, I'm telling.
All you motherfuckers.
I'm telling, man. Like
is going
I'm
there.
cooperating. But all right, let's go down the list. What we
All right,
talking about?
so first and foremost, Janet Jackson, the finesse of
Yes.
the finesse of the century. Let's give it up for black women finessing Middle Eastern men. $500 million prenuptial provision says she had to stay married for 5 years. She stayed married for 62 months,
5
which
years
is
and
5
2
years,
months.
2 months. Popped out a kid, and now it's divorce time, motherfucker. She has a $500 million settlement, basically just waiting to be had. It's in the prenuptial agreement.
I'm not mad at her. They was going in on her on Twitter.
Wow.
I'm not mad at her.
You know
I mean,
what?
it's-
Here's
it's
the
White
thing.
definitely-
women been doing it to athletes since beginning of time.
Here's how I
I'm not
feel.
mad at her.
Go rock out.
Here's how I feel. You know, I'm a love dude, man. I love love. I love the idea of love. I'm soft, you know. So on one hand, I'm like, you know what? That's fucked up, man, because it's like it kind of takes away the sanctity of marriage. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me feel like marriage is a game and it's a joke, and it's like I'm trying to get over on somebody. But then on the other hand, I'm like, that motherfucker got what he deserved. Like that's
My
not.
joint is who the fuck was his lawyer?
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, he got what he deserved.
They're
Like,
like, my man, we're looking at your holdings. You have
Like-
about $8 billion. What could I stand to
Like-
lose?
like, did you- he had
in
to
a
the
divorce
fuck would
with Janet
sign off
Jackson?
He
on
had to
that?
call one of them slip and fall motherfuckers off the back of the
Right.
bus.
He had to
Like,
call
it's
motherfucking
not like-
Saul from Better Call Saul from
Yo.
Breaking
And
Bad.
the crazy thing
my
is
homie fought a moving violation at traffic court, and he was like, "Yeah, I got a lawyer or whatever." We get down there, the lawyer had an eye patch. I'm like, "Yo, you might go to prison." I'm like, "Fuck, beating
Prison
his
not even on the
ticket."
menu, but they
Dog.
gonna
That's
real
lock
shit,
you
though.
and
If
him up.
anybody been to Philly traffic court, it's a black boy. This nigga had on a suit, white Air Force Ones,
Slick
and
Rick.
an eye
He's
patch.
Slick Rick.
When he walked in, I'm like, "Is that Slick Rick?"
Rick the
What
Ruler.
fuck? Yo, a fucking eye patch. I'm like, that's your lawyer with a fucking patch.
That's crazy.
Yo, but that's when I seen this shit. I'm like, who the fuck is my man's lawyer that you're getting smoked in the prenup?
That's
Like,
crazy.
Who was his lawyer to where the lawyer wasn't like, you know what? Lower it to 300. Like,
Right, right,
nobody
right,
didn't
right.
like. Where
Well,
where
here's the
was the
question.
starting
Who
point that we
introduced
ended
the-
up at 500?
Who introduced the prenup?
mind you, that's not a random chick off the bus.
It's Janet Jackson.
fucking Jackson.
It's not like she ain't got bread.
Real shit.
Janet Jackson's a very on her own without even
I'm
Michael.
sure she would have
The
took
whole
200.
family, now that Mike dead, the whole family's filthy fucking rich.
Right.
There's just no way around it.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta be upwards of a bill. I'm talking about, like, with all of his shit being sold.
Yeah,
after he
minimum.
died.
His back catalog is $100 million a year.
Real talk.
Yeah, because and then don't forget he owns the Beatles rights and shit
Bro,
like that. Yeah,
you ever
100 million
seen
a year.
Jermaine Jackson, all that fucking grease? Grease expensive. There's no way they don't got no fucking money. I seen that shit. I'm like, I was cool with it. Like, whatever. Get your bread. I get it. But I was just more so on the tip, like, who the fuck is my man's lawyer that let that shit go down?
That
Like,
wasn't. I couldn't. I was just more so just shocked. Like it was 62 months. Like she
Yeah.
couldn't. She could. It was. I felt like
MJ died with a net worth of $700 million, and everybody
Wow.
knows dead rappers get better promotion.
Right,
And
right.
he's not a rapper; he's the king of pop.
right. Exactly. But my thing is like, yo, like she waited 2 months after.
Like, she
like
didn't
my
even,
thing
like,
is at least wait like
She
2
wasn't,
years.
Like, she wasn't even faking it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit.
Like, they at the end,
cash me out.
They at the 5-year anniversary dinner, and
then
he
she's-
like, yo, these 5 years.
I
don't
love
you know what
you.
it's
last.
equivalent to?
I can't believe
You know
how
what's
great the
equivalent to?
relationship is going. You know, and she like.
Papers.
Yeah, you know what it's equivalent to when motherfucking when the 5 Heartbeats when Flash went up
Yo.
there after winning the award
That's
for
crazy.
best group. It was like, I just want to announce my new
I
album.
hope I have the same success.
Flash. It's lonely at the top, dropping next week
Yeah.
on
That's
Big
crazy.
Red Records.
Duck said, I hope I can get a deal like Flash too, because today my last day is work.
So here's my question then: Are y'all like? Did y'all want to get married with shit like
Yeah,
this?
hell yeah, I want to get married.
Nah.
You don't look like you want to get married, man.
My prenup gonna be everything though.
Are you getting a prenup?
Yeah, if we're gonna split this 15,000 when we break up.
feel you.
Please, like,
I feel you.
real shit.
I always thought about
You'll
should
give
I
her
always
$62.50.
thought should I get a prenup, and I like
Chris Rock had a bit back in the day where he talked about like rich people don't need prenups, it's the regular people.
right.
Like, But what's crazy is my man about to lose $500 million.
It is nothing to him.
Whatever,
I remember
it's pennies.
he said, man, listen, he said, because he was talking about OJ when it was
Yeah.
the pre, and he said, like, look, man, apparently, like, because Nicole was accustomed to,
Yeah.
he had to pay for what she was accustomed to.
Yeah.
So, you know, she was accustomed, I think, $100,000 a month or some shit like
She got $20,000 for the
something weird.
alimony and then $4,000 a month for food.
Yeah, shit, he's like
Chris Rock's
$4,000
like, the
for
fuck
food.
are you eating?
Yeah,
Like,
for $4,000 a month. You know what I mean?
like I
Look,
could
back-
live.
And he's
on
like,
$4,000
he's like, if you
nigga.
got $30 million, you got to split that in half. 15 million, all right, man, that ain't that bad. But if you got 30,000,
Yeah, you might gotta kill it.
yeah,
though.
listen, I'm not. Listen, man. You know, for me, I mean, I don't have that much money to really be like
Yeah, I'm joking about it.
protective about it or whatever,
Yeah.
man.
My girl has more money than I do.
For real.
You might win out.
Credit's phenomenal.
You might
He
win
said her
out.
credit's phenomenal.
You gonna fuck around and pull me a Mary J. Blige? That shit goes south.
Yo, speaking of Mary J. Blige, did y'all see her tweet from this morning / last
No,
night?
what she said?
Fuck you at Kendu Isaacs. Fuck you, your family, your kids,
Her
and
ex-husband.
ex-husband.
Oh, wow.
On Twitter.
Oh, this album about to be lit, Chad.
wow.
This album about to be lit.
Like, I was like, excuse me? Like,
Mary was up drinking box wine all night. And then
Singing
got
her old
and then got her
hits.
hand on the Twitter.
Singing her old hits.
it's
Watching Wait to
that meme.
Exhale.
It's like when you start realizing shit.
That's
like,
crazy.
It was like last night she had her moment of clarity.
but-
like, this nigga cheated on me and he trying to get cash out.
But Mary,
this motherfucker.
Mary old as shit, man, to be tweeting though. Like,
Yeah.
if you can take it to Twitter.
Yo, Kendu ain't tweeted in 2 years. I went
No.
to his page to follow him. Like, yo, you a champion and an icon in American society. Nigga ain't tweeted in 2 years, man. Can't even tweet the nigga.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
His
funny as
Abby
shit.
is him and Mary.
That's crazy.
Is it really? That's funny as shit, yo.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, man. You know what? I'm starting to think, because this is like her, what is this, like her 4th or 5th relationship that we've known about?
Yeah, public drink.
Yeah, you know what, man? When shit like this happen, it may not be them. It's her.
Might be.
I think she's the problem, man. I don't know what's wrong
I mean,
with
I've
Mary.
been came to that
She's
conclusion
the
on
fucking-
like Halle Berry. I've been came to that conclusion.
her, yeah, definitely.
shit.
Mariah Carey's the
Yeah,
problem.
it's
Yeah,
shit.
there's no way Mary's not the problem.
Oh, remember when Mariah got naked on TRL?
No,
You don't remember that?
no.
That was like her big meltdown when she started taking all her clothes off with Carson Daly on
I
TRL.
missed this.
How the fuck don't y'all remember
I
that?
gotta watch this on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
How the-
But Paul Mooney and his jaw
Was her titties out? Like you saw
like
titties?
she got down to like her bra and panties and shit. Like she.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can pull it up there.
Oh yeah, but sitting in front of a
Oh,
computer
my bad,
monitor.
my bad.
But Paul
Oh,
Mooney,
so but my thing is it doesn't count unless you saw a nipple.
but Paul Mooney had a joint where he was talking about like all the divas going crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like Mariah Carey, her white half say she having a nervous breakdown. Her black half say shut up crackhead bitch. Like yo, that shit
Oh
was
shit, this is
real.
a real thing.
Dog, that shit was huge. I remember when it happened. I remember like the day it happened. Yeah, and we really got this pulled up too.
Yeah, dog. I'm a pervert, so I want to see the titties.
Quick. No, she didn't like get ass naked, but she
I still want to see like bra.
just
and
go to the
panties.
end of it.
You know, this. I mean, I fuck around. If this is nice, man, I'm beating off in the studio.
So she had like a T-shirt on. Okay.
This is hilarious that we're like taking time out to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, shit happens, man. All right, she already has removed one layer of clothes.
yeah, definitely did.
She
Now
started out with a
she's in
T-shirt
a,
on.
she's in a tank top and
in shorts.
some khaki shorts.
Let's see where this elevates to.
She's singing. Okay.
All right, you're taking long to get naked.
Okay. Okay. This bitch still got clothes on.
It's longer than this.
So we just did all that, and she didn't.
Yeah, it's
get
another
naked.
part.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, man.
All right, Daily Motion, you spam.
This was they said July 19, 2001.
Yeah, that
YouTube
was
got
like
the
when we
shit.
was in high school.
Is this part 2? All right, let's see what the fuck is going on. Not that it matters.
We apologize, people. We really just
I mean,
want to
we're
see.
really
All right, yeah, let's
fascinated
get back
by
to the
this
show.
shit.
We'll come back to this.
No, I want to see this. Fuck.
This is an important part of American
What
history.
the hell happened?
This is an important part of America.
It is.
You just educated me on something here. I'm trying to get some knowledge. All right, whatever. This is bad. All right, so we're going
If you got the link, send it to
If
me.
you got the real link, send it to me and Clint.
Send it to me.
We've
man.
never seen
I've
this.
never seen it, man.
I'm dead ass appalled. This is probably like when I was out being a hooligan or something like that.
This
and I
shit was
fucking wasn't
July
home.
of
It was 16
2001.
years ago.
July of 2001. I was just graduating 8th grade,
Really?
going into high
Really?
school. Yeah.
You're a young boy.
I'm 29. I'll be 30 in
Oh
2
shit! I
months.
was just graduating high school, 2001.
Oh,
Yeah.
one, I was in my last year of high school.
Yeah, 01. Because that was 01 literally
Yeah,
was the
July
best.
19th, 2001. I had just graduated high school.
You probably had time to watch it anyway. If you just graduated high school, you out here fucking bitches.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
selling drugs. I was doing all types of felonious capers.
Did you have
at
braids?
18 years old? I did have braids.
I had
Absolutely.
braids.
I had braids,
No,
too.
I think I had cut mine by then.
Well,
I
I
had
had-
braids 10th and 11th grade.
I had Professor Ogilvy twisties around this time, and I was trying to get braids.
Lord.
Yeah,
I
they
had,
was killing
I
me
had
for
the
that.
braids with the
Oh.
hairline.
I had the Dr. Doolittle twisties, man.
I had the braids with the hairline with the shape up.
Yo, Eddie Wig and Dr. Doolittle was terrible. They look like a porcupine.
Yeah, I had that shit, man.
All right, at some
Holy
point we'll
shit.
get back to this Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
foolishness.
man.
All right, so
Dr. Doolittle twisties. I had braids 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's funny as shit.
all right, so where do we want to go next? More music shit, or do we want to hit them with y'all weird early? In
No,
the show?
leave y'all weird for that. And let's do this. Let's take a moment of silence. All right, let's take a moment of silence for Charlie Murphy. Let's do that. Can you do that?
We'll talk about that. in a
Yes,
second.
silence, nigga. Damned. All right.
All right.
I say a moment of silence. This nigga starts talking.
Well, you said it was over. You said all right. You said all right. When you say all right, that means that it's over,
You
right?
say all right, nigga. What the
Man,
fuck all right mean,
I'm
nigga?
actually going to the funeral, man.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
shit.
Yeah, I knew him, man. He was a good dude, man. He was very. Listen, when I tell you one of the most prolific storytellers, like literally, I got to sit in the green room and listen to firsthand some of the shit he didn't tell on Comedy Central. You know what I'm saying? Like he has stories for days, and I'm not just talking about Rick James. Like he got a story about how he met Michael Jackson. Like he said when he met, this shit was funny. He said, man, and I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it justice because his voice is funnier and shit like that. But he was just telling me how he met Michael Jackson and how like the nigga was just like holding his hand. And you know, and you ever be in church? You ever be in church and you hold hands with another dude and you like, man, all right, let's hurry this shit up because I don't want to hold
Let's get through this.
Yeah, but he was like, my hand was so soft that he didn't want to let go. Yo, and he told, he's like, but it was just the way he says, because he's like, because Mike, and this is a terrible this is a terrible Charlie Murphy impression, but he's like, hey, when I held Mike's hand, you know what I'm saying? When I held Mike's hand, I just didn't want to let go because it was just so sexy. Like it was the way he said it.
That was a horrible Charlie.
It was horrible. I know it was. It was terrible. But it's just being in that man's presence, man. It was great. So I mean, rest in peace to him, man, and rest in peace and prayers to his family too, man. Shout out to my man Rich Murphy too. So
Yeah.
Came up with my top 5 Charlie Murphy moments.
let's hear it.
All right, you got black men and then there's niggas, and that's why I'm here to lock a nigga up.
That was on Paper
Fuck
Soldiers.
niggas
Yeah.
on Paper
Yeah,
Soldiers.
right.
No, he said fuck niggas.
Fuck
and the white boy was like, what is your problem? He said, that's what I'm here for. Take a nigga out. Remember when they was in the house? He said, I'm going to rupture your fucking spleen. Remember he had the gun in the mansion. Charlie Murphy was funny as shit in Paper Soldiers. I forgot he was in
CB4
that.
as the real Gusto.
Yeah, he was funny as shit.
Hilarious.
Ed Wunsler III on the Boondocks.
That
Yes.
was funny as shit.
Every time he was on there. Obviously, Charlie Murphy's real stories on Chappelle's show.
Greatest shit ever.
And the Mad Real World, I Had Sex with Katie.
He was funny as shit on the Mad Real World. No one gave him his true props for the Mad
That
Real
shit was
World.
hilarious.
He made a lot of cameo appearances too
Dog.
back in like
When the white boy walked in, he said, "Oh no, all the rooms is full. You you got the room with Tyree. He said, yeah, you in my room, you my property. Don't let me catch you standing up when you pee. You sit down when you pee. Get your fat ass out of here, fuck that bacon off your back.
He made mad cameos in the early 90s and late 80s. Nigga was in Harlem Nights.
He was in Harlem Nights.
He was in fucking Jungle Fever.
Yeah, he was in that.
He was in what was the movie with Bow Wow?
Lottery ticket.
No, he was in Roll Bounce.
Roll Bounce.
He was he was a trash man.
So, nigga, your name is James.
Your name is James. So much.
No, you know what I seen the other day, though?
That boy got stretch pants.
Charlie Murphy was doing an interview, and he was explaining how he used to, when people would heckle Eddie Murphy, he would, like, check him in the crowd. And he said my brother one night was doing a show in Hollywood, and this dude in a wheelchair was, like, fucking with everybody who got on stage. So it's like, I told myself, well, he ain't gonna fuck with Eddie like that. So Eddie get on stage, and sure enough, he start fucking with him. So I went over to him like, hey, look, you want me to stomp your fucking mouth? Because that's the only thing on you that's moving. Stomp your fucking mouth. Like, you got to see the interview. Charlie Murphy was on
the crazy thing is that people don't realize Eddie Murphy looked up to Charlie.
It was his older brother.
You know what I mean? Like, that was, he
Did you see Eddie do the impression of him?
Yeah, he does a good impression.
Crazy.
Well, Eddie does great impressions, period. So it's like me, I'm not an impressionist. So you know what, man? I've been trying to, like, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, man. I've been trying to do this podcast, and I'm constantly drawn to Chad's shirt. Like, he literally has a
I have
shirt.
on a legendary shirt for everybody at home.
This is incredible.
This is Big Daddy Kane in a 3-way with Madonna and Naomi Campbell, arguably the greatest threesome of all time.
How did Big Daddy Kane pull that off?
He was the man in the 80s.
Yeah,
he was like that boy.
It's a simpler time.
I mean,
way simpler time.
And I'm looking at Big Daddy Kane naked, like, man, like, you really ought to fuck it. I'm cheering him on in this picture. Incredible.
I was kind of mad that Charlie Murphy never got, like, his own
comedy special.
Like, no, he had his own comedy special.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I seen a joint where he didn't. I'm almost positive I saw him on something.
I don't think he had his.
No, he did have his own special. I seen it before. It wasn't that great.
Well, I mean, I don't speak ill of the dead, but his stand up, he was getting better at his stand-up.
He said on his Unsung when he first started, he was terrible, and like he had to like go back and start.
Yeah, his stand up wasn't that strong to me.
Yeah,
like,
he had his own special.
Yeah.
I'm talking about get his own show.
Okay.
Like Charlie Murphy to me honestly would have been perfect for the Terry Crews role on Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
Any of those angry dad roles, like he could have done them with a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it amazed me. I was on the tell like maybe he just didn't want to do.
I think show. I mean I think he also sometimes some people are just a great Robin.
Yeah.
Sometimes like or the Chappelle show like I don't think he could have carried the show, but his just
him and Dave's interaction
is incredible, man. Like when you hear him talk about the Rick James story or he talk about Prince, like that shit is it's like he didn't need his own show.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we remember him for that. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's making hella bread off it too.
Yeah.
You know?
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Yes, sir, man. Rest in peace.
You want to go like, which way you want to go now?
I want to talk about this United Airlines.
That's
shit.
I swear to God, that's where I was going to go.
All right, so for those of you who've been sleeping under a rock, it was an assault on United Airlines. Dr. David Dow had the shit kicked out of him, dragged off of an airplane. I don't even know where they were at. Was it Kentucky? Was it Kentucky?
He's from Kentucky. I don't know where they were at.
Wait, but what's his name?
Dr. David Dow, D-A-L.
Chicago?
He's not from Chicago. Where the fuck is he? Remember,
so he was in Chicago.
You know the what's his name joke? What's his name? What's the boy name? Ashley Larry joke. Donnell Roller joke where he says he sees an Asian dude and he be like, my name is Ming. And they be like, yo, where you from? He's like, Connecticut. He's like, nigga, where you really where you really from, right? He's not really from Kentucky or Chicago.
I mean, that's what he said. He's from Kentucky.
So in the fallout from this issue, United CEO has issued an apology, naturally.
Of course.
After global outrage and their stocks being devalued by $1 billion 2 days after this happened.
Wow.
And when interviewed, Dr. David Dow said, and I quote, everything hurts.
Yo, that was the greatest shit of it.
I think it's needless to say, he's going to sue the shit
They asked
out of
what
them.
was injured. He said everything.
Well, here's how United could have avoided all of this. First of all, the flight was oversold.
Yeah.
All you had to do, like, when a flight is oversold like that, they always, hey, man, hey, does anybody,
They did that, though.
But Okay, so then
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with it. And real quick, somebody, I don't know who made it, but I saw a picture of me on Twitter where I was actually on a plane, and I guess I took a selfie cheesing, and somebody captioned it, "When you know you too big to get drugged down the aisle." On the fucking, I don't know
Who was responsible
I don't
for
know
this
who
meme?
made it, but I'm gonna fuck somebody up.
that's funny as shit.
But anyway, he was on a plane. They overbooked it. My girl's a flight attendant, so she broke it all down. Like,
Right.
you got third-party sellers of travel tickets.
Right.
Like,
Oh.
you're not just buying tickets from
Buy
United.com.
Orbitz.
People go to Hotwire, Priceline, Travelocity,
Expedia, all
all
that
of that.
shit.
Those are 4 fucking ads that we could have just fucking got.
Yeah.
But that's neither here
We're
nor
gonna
there.
bleep all of that
Yeah,
out.
Right.
right. But it's like people go to these, and it's like the seats book up. Next thing you know, it's a 271 passenger plane. 280 seats get sold. So
Right.
now they come to the people before y'all even get on the motherfucker. Like, listen, check this out. We'll give y'all 400, 500, and a night in a hotel. And motherfuckers they did that. Motherfuckers wasn't trying to do it. Then they came back and was like, look, we're going to give y'all 800. No one was trying to do it. Then they was like, all right, check this out. We're just going to start pulling names out of a hat. If your name get called, you get the fuck off this plane.
You're done.
His name was the first motherfucker called. They like, yo, you got to get off. And what's crazy is he was telling them like, basically like, you're going to have to drag me off. White boy pulled his gloves out like, all right, cool. Have it your way. Like, yeah, you get what you want on this
Happy
plane.
Sunday,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I just feel like, man, like United. I'm flying United tomorrow, nigga.
Yeah, I fly American.
Hope for the best.
I'm flying United. Well, you know what's crazy? Now, after all of this, black people like, I wish the motherfucker would drag me off the plane. I would let the motherfucker drag me off. Drag me as weird. Listen, this motherfucker, Jia Zhang, or whatever his name is, he's about to make.
Who the fuck is John
He just
Shang?
made
What's-
his name
what's
up.
the- what's
David
the-
Dow. Jia Zhang.
I just told you,
Two,
David.
it's
let's
David
be
Dow,
honest.
Jia Zhang, same shit. It's two letters.
Let's
that's
be
the same.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. When we talking about different races, we talk about black people. The first name that gets thrown around is
Tyrone, absolutely.
or something like that. If you Puerto Rican or Mexican, we're gonna call you Juan or Jose or Hector. If you Indian, you gonna be called Muhammad. And if you Asian, I'm gonna call you Ricky Tan, Juntao, or Jia. Like it's just
or Shang Tsung.
yeah, or something. Yeah, come on, man.
I was out. The thing that fucked me up was his lawyer was like, he's the modern day Rosa Parks, and I'm like,
Who said that?
Bring
the
it back.
lawyer.
Bring it back.
His lawyer said
Yeah,
that.
it's like
His lawyer gotta be white.
I don't know what his lawyer
Or-
is. She looked like she was like Filipino or something.
Oh,
like that.
Oh, they gonna go all the way race war
So
on
Sue,
this shit.
so Sue Young be saying this shit. Fucking Sue.
So, yeah.
Hey, they gonna go all the way race war with the lawsuit and everything. They gonna get an Asian attorney,
Yeah.
all that shit.
So I was like, I was fucking with
Me
him. up
personally,
until-
I'd have called a high-powered Jewish attorney.
Yeah.
Oh no, listen, man. Jewish motherfuckers get the job done. They don't play.
They don't play that shit.
They don't play that shit.
I tell motherfuckers all the time. I said, listen, the issue with black people is we gotta strengthen our economic base
Yep.
because if you kill a Jewish person's son tonight in
It's-
Philadelphia,
it's over.
City Hall is shut the fuck down until further notice.
You damn right.
You can't. Ain't no coming or going. Police chief, mayor, none of that shit till we get some motherfucking answers.
Yep,
Black kid get killed is business as usual.
Yeah.
Niggers go back to your caves. Nigga.
that's right. I agree. No, I'm
And
serious.
niggas go back to their caves.
Like, listen, man. You know,
Niggas go back to your
I'm a
caves.
comedian, man. You think I will never say nothing wrong about a Jewish person? They run Hollywood.
Yo.
Jewish people run Hollywood. It's not even. It's a fact.
Shit, the LGBT is getting there too.
Listen,
They march every day. You know, I drive
Think-
bus downtown. Every day they shut
and then
down.
third
Broad
is
Street.
Judd,
Peter.
listen,
It's
Judd,
like,
Judd
Y'all don't got
Uptown.
no work. Like they shut down Broad Street every day. I'm 20 minutes late, missing lunch breaks. This shit is crazy.
I can't get Chipotle because
Yo,
of this shit.
every day they shut down Broad Street. Peter's right up there too.
Yeah, Peter's not fucking around,
No,
man.
not at all.
They shut Kelly Rowland book signing down the other
What
day.
was that about? I didn't know what that was.
You know, something about some eagles or some birds. I don't know. I was like Peter again. I
Remember
over.
Obama was doing an interview and it was a fly and he like swung at the fly and killed it. And they straight sent him a letter like, yo, you need to have more compassion for the flies, fam. Real shit.
Wow.
So an insect is considered an animal now.
If it's a mammal or breathing, don't fucking touch
Holy
it.
shit!
Remember Paul Mooney? And I always mention Paul Mooney because that's my man.
Man, fuck
He
Peter.
said they went to the premiere of what's the movie Jake Gyllenhaal did, Brokeback Mountain.
Oh,
he said I went to the movie premiere with Peter, and the crowd was like, Peter. He's like, yeah, we We went to the premiere because we were going to protest. We didn't care about them, the guys, so they can fuck all they want to. We went for the sheep. We said if they touch one of the sheep, we going to burn this motherfucker to the ground. Yo, I was fucking rolling.
That was his Showtime special.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
God,
we went
man.
for the sheep. Like,
So wait a minute. So do Peter be like protesting like horse races and shit?
I think it's more so on the killing of animals.
Well, like
On the cruelty side.
Well, they'll kill a horse if the motherfucker don't win.
Shit, they need to protest them fucking horses downtown. Them stinky ass.
Oh, I'm sick of them. Shit,
Yo,
man.
them horses
God.
all on drugs. They give them heroin and Thorazine, and that's how they keep them like in line and dragging them fucking nasty ass carriages around. and
Yeah?
shit. Dog, I went to a school where it was real horses.
They
that
wild
are,
as shit.
They what like yo?
They are real. Yeah, they
dog,
wild
I
as
remember the instructor. We was in.
You ever see horses fuck?
No, it's a freak. What the typing in on Google?
Unfortunately, I saw it the other day on Instagram, and apparently when the male horse comes, he just falls out. He
Yeah, they be
just-
like
Dead ass.
dropping on the ground. and
No,
shit.
seriously.
He just falls.
No, I remember we in 9th grade we had to take a horse, like it's called what's the real equine science.
What
like,
did you go to
I
Saul?
went to Saw.
Okay.
We had to take the class, like they made you take it.
Yeah.
And the teacher, I can't even remember, Mr. McDonough, that's his name. This motherfucker was like, I'm gonna show y'all what not to do around a horse because you don't want to startle him because the horse will kick. And he was like, don't you try this shit, and smacked the horse on the ass. The horse kicked this nigga across the fucking barn. And I mean, every nigga out there, we was booking it.
My little
Like,
cousin got kicked in the face by a
like
horse.
real horses, like there's no way on earth you could drive a 18-wheeler past a non-high on heroin horse and the horse just stand there. It's impossible.
Do you know horses come like 16 ounces?
You are a freak.
You know, I'm learning because I was learning about the breeding of a horse. Like when you breed a racehorse.
Oh, you really getting money? You trying to like breed horses?
No, I was trying to see like what it would cost to get in a horse. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I wonder how much. So the last Triple Crown winner was American Pharoah, and I was like, well, how much is his sperm worth? And they were saying like his sperm was worth literally like I think like $800,000
Yeah, I can believe that.
per like 16 ounces. I'm like, how do you come 16 out? Like that's well, how much is that bottle?
I don't know, but you're about to ruin my fucking water for me. I know that.
I can't read good. Hold on.
It doesn't have ounces.
33.8 fluid ounces. So basically, a little bit more than half, a little bit less than
Half of
this
that,
bottle.
yeah, is that's
$800,000.
$800,000 for.
I mean, if you want a fucking thoroughbred that you can win millions of dollars.
For,
off of.
but the girl got to be good, be stout too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm sorry. We shouldn't be talking about horse cum. I just
Go down to fucking Cobb's Creek and get a fucking horse. You want one. The fuck. But yeah, David Dow, he's suing him. Show always goes left. Y'all know that.
yeah, Zha Zhang.
He should be suing him. He should be suing him right now. He's probably gonna get piss aid.
Yeah, he is.
You know, United lost $1 billion.
It's not going to be called United anymore. It's going to be called Zha Zhang. I'm about to be flying Zha Zhang.
Called Would You Like Baby Corn with that airlines?
Political?
Yeah, let's get it. Your man Trump.
Clints, man.
No, well, let me tell y'all something. On my podcast, not to shit on y'all's, but he is. It's like remember when Scar in Lion King said don't speak of Mufasa's name? That's what it is on.
I heard you say that.
Yeah, I don't fuck with man. We can't. I call him 45 if I do talk about
45.
him. That's 45.
All right, so your man Trump is on pace to spend more on travel in his first year than Obama did in 8 years.
But
in all two terms.
because they got to protect him. So that's the reason it's so.
Yeah, they do.
That I watched a breakdown of like his motorcade and like how much that shit costs per vehicle and what the vehicles do and this shit is insane. It's like $60,000 for like every like quarter mile that they were. This shit is retarded. Like then they got to get to the helicopter. The helicopter got to go to the plane and it's insane. Like
you're not assassinating him at all.
I don't
He ain't
think
going
so.
for it.
You saw the bull who wrote the manifesto and he wrote a manifesto about Trump and had all the guns. They caught him quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's
like,
not.
Assassinating the U.S. president. It's borderline impossible now.
Yeah, after Kennedy, definitely borderline.
Yeah, and speaking of Kennedy, I've been watching this fucking Kennedy assassination.
It's on Netflix.
Conspiracy theory.
They did Kennedy dirty. They had him in a drop, just riding through Dallas.
Yeah, what kind of shit is that?
In a drop.
Apparently, there's a fucking conspiracy theory about Kennedy shit is that all of the CIA, Sam Giancana from the Mafia, the local Dallas Mafia, and the American Nazi Party were all conspired to kill this man because they all had one or more separate issues with him. Sam Giancana stopped his father from getting killed, and Kennedy was supposed to adhere to what the mob wanted as far as their sanctions and relax and this and that, and he spun him. So that was his issue. Then there was this whole shit with the American Nazi Party and him trying to advance race relations for all people and all this shit. So allegedly,
he had to go.
He had to go. So it's like once you hear that, you're like, you kind of had to go.
He had to go.
There's a theory that there were 8 shooters. And they fired over like 106 bullets or something at him, and majority of them missed. But the ones that did strike him blew his whole skull out the back. 2 bullets hit him at the same time from different angles going downhill, which is why his skull got blown out the back. And the final fatal shot came out of the sewer.
Jesus.
Wow.
And that the driver had a mark, which they said when Kennedy got initially shot and they saw he wasn't dead, the driver turned around, looked, saw he wasn't dead, was instructed to stop the car at a certain mark on the ground so that the final shot could kill him.
Wow.
Because he did get hit again. Right?
He got hit again.
Yeah, wow.
And that's when he got hit with the 2 bullets at the same time that blew his brain out.
Yeah.
Now, there's also in this same theory that there was a cadaver, which is basically like someone who who looked like him, who was made to be his corpse, and that the Illuminati kept his body as a souvenir and switched out this cadaver to make it look like him to go with the theory that there was a lone gunman. This shit is crazy. It's 3.5 hours. It's on YouTube.
I just
This shit
remember
fucked
the
my
story
head up.
was
I don't know what to believe.
they killed the nigga. The nigga Lee Oswald or whatever killed him. That's the story. And then they killed him.
They killed him just as like walking him out of the jail, and somebody just walked up and just shot him. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Kennedy, man, you know, I first of all, I never thought about assassinating the president because I never had a president that I didn't like that much until now. And I'm not saying that I want to assassinate him. Please don't listen to this podcast and think that I want to shoot the nigga because I don't. But it's just so interesting.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to die. I just think Trump isn't good.
He has to go.
Yeah, I don't want him to get
He has
killed.
to go, man. But I think it's like he has this, like, what people don't realize is, didn't North Korea, like, move their boat, like, a few, like, closer to the U.S.?
Yeah,
like,
they had a whole weapons display the other day, like a parade.
Yeah. Like
With
they all brought their
their
rifles
weapons.
out.
Rifles, bombs, this
but
thing,
when
that
was the
thing.
last time, like, now here's my question, all right? When was the last time a war has been fought on American soil?
You been through North Philly lately?
Been in Chicago recently?
Right. But I'm saying, like, because, like, my thing is, how are they, like, because they talk about firing missiles and shit. Do you think a missile is really going to hit the United States?
Well, what they said
I don't
was,
think so. Hell no.
Like,
that was my next point. They said that North Korea tried to test some missile and the shit like blew up as soon as it got in the fucking sky.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if that's them like trying to play coy, like, oh, our weapons ain't as good as you might think they are, and they really are that good.
Yeah.
I don't think they can get in the vicinity of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we will see it coming.
I mean, you won't see the shit,
But no, I'm saying, like, the United States got radars.
Yeah,
and
that's
come
what I'm
on,
saying.
man.
Like, yeah, I don't think so.
So they're saying they're testing. They said North Korea is testing different like
I don't want to be a part
missiles
of that
and
shit.
smart
I don't wanna be a
bombs
part
and
of none of this shit.
that could definitely reach Japan.
My man Jules was actually supposed to come up. He hit me. He was like, yeah, he couldn't make it, whatever. But he said he's gonna try to come up next week. He, he worked abroad. Like he does contracting. He worked over in Afghanistan.
Right.
And he saw a bomb go off.
Let me
He
tell
said
you.
the bomb was like about 60 yards away from him. He's like, I saw limbs and shit.
I actually, my
shit,
gig,
and this shit fucked him up. It's just like, yeah, that shit is crazy.
I had a
Like,
gig.
you don't want to be a part of that.
I had a gig just canceled in Afghanistan.
You were gonna go to Afghanistan?
I mean, the money was really good though.
It had to be phenomenal.
Yeah, that Middle East money is a different type of
I'm not
money.
gonna lie, that money was really like we're performing for the troops, so they have a nice budget, and they were like, yo, Memorial Day. It was like between like the week of Memorial Day weekend, and I was gonna go over there for a couple of racks, you know what I'm saying? But that shit has been ixnayed since.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, and I mean, and even for me, like I was,
His whole story was crazy.
I had to weigh the options too. I'm like, nigga, like, is it worth me even going over there, risking my life? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as I get there, I mean, like, I'll be praying the whole time. Like, I'm like, God, please just let me get back and enjoy this bread.
I was going to wait
like,
till he came up here to tell his own story. I'll let him do it because that shit was, it was a wild couple days. Remember, I don't know if you remember seeing it where the only shit we saw on the news here was U.S. soldier went crazy and killed 14 Afghan women and children. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. A couple years ago, that was part of that whole shit. And then some other shit happened. The next thing you know, that shit was like, it was crazy. He was breaking it all down. Like, over there, it's just different. And I'm just scared. Personally, I don't want to be a part of it.
I just don't understand why the United States just don't mind a fucking business.
I mean, you can't because it's like the allies, like that shit matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot of shit that trickles down to it. But
it's like certain shit is like a domino effect. So they're saying like, all right, even if North Korea's bombs and missiles or whatever. Said they want to nuke L.A., but they can't get a missile beyond their own borders. Yeah, so North Korea said they want to nuke L.A., but they can't get a missile beyond their own borders. So it's like
I
the
live
same
in
thing.
LA,
like they had that missile test the other day, but they're saying now it's like they can get to Japan for sure. Like we know we can get to Japan. So it's like, all right, if they bomb Japan, then that's a declaration of war globally. So now it's everybody against fucking North Korea because Japan is an economic superpower. Yeah. Right. You can't be fucking bombing Japan. Yeah. Fucking too much shit up. Sony, televisions, all types of shit.
Apple.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So they want to nuke L.A.
Yeah, nigga. I was in there the other day.
You're not going to just nuke L.A.
I was like kind of nervous looking at all this shit on CNN. I started Googling how far is North Korea to L.A. and North Korea to Philly. And North Korea to L.A. is shorter. I'm like, oh, they hit their first school. All right.
Yeah, man. Listen, the Lokes not playing that.
The Lokes.
The Lokes not playing that, man.
Yeah. He hit Syria with 59 missiles.
Who did? Oh, yeah.
Trump. That was last week. Then they came back and hit Afghanistan with the biggest non-nuclear bomb in history.
MOAB, the mother of all bombs.
Mother of all bombs.
And only killed 36 people.
You're saying it like...
You would think that... No, I'm not saying only. But you would
one is enough, right?
No, you would think that a bomb that big with that much power... They said within a mile radius, it wipes out everything. And then
every direction.
3 miles, it does something else. 5 miles, 10 miles. You would just think it would kill more than 36 people.
When I was watching a Complex. They were talking about the bomb and the structure and all that, and they said that the bomb goes off before it hits ground. Yeah. And it's basically used as like a neutralizer to like shock people in addition to the killing part. Yeah. So it's like they might have killed 36, but they might have shocked a whole nother, or you know what I'm saying, blew out their hearing or whatever, another 1,000 people or something like that. Yeah. So it's just like more of a deterrent than like
that show you just how scary the atomic bomb is.
Yeah,
like man. That shit. You ever watch a video of what a atomic bomb does when it goes off?
No.
Go on like YouTube and just look at like this shit literally like melts houses. Like literally a house is there and that shit go off. And
did they drop a bomb on like what street was that in West Philly? Did they drop a bomb on Osage Avenue?
Yeah, the Move House.
Yeah, the Move. Mayor Good. How the fuck did the mayor get a bomb?
How did he?
Was that good or was that Rizzo?
It was good.
I think you sure
it was Mayor Good. My mom hated that nigga.
Double check.
My mom hated Rizzo.
I'm positive.
And we got a fucking statue that
y'all do know Rizzo was like the 60s or the 70s.
He was mayor for a long ass time.
He was. The Mayor Good was the 80s.
You're right.
It was Mayor Good. I'm positive.
Mayor Good was before Rendell, right before Rendell.
Yeah. No, not right before.
Right before Rendell. Yeah.
Well, they're giving the credit to the Lieutenant Frank Powell.
Frank Powell.
Yeah, they're giving it to the police lieutenant.
Well, I mean, still
Mayor Good drops bomb, Philadelphia move. I'm positive.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit
was crazy.
Dropping bombs.
Just because they ain't want to come out the house.
So you gonna drop a bomb on these?
That's crazy. And fuck up the whole West Philly.
Won't come out with Smokey.
And Osage Avenue ain't been the same since.
Well, they like rebuilt a lot of the houses and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And we're back. This week we have another ad.
Shoot them up.
Shout out to the CWBA sponsoring the show once again. The CWBA provides organized recreational activities for everyone. Revenue from the Adult League makes all CWBA youth events free and benefits the community. Follow them on Instagram at CWBA LLC.
And we still waiting on our shorts.
We still need our shorts, Carl.
Still waiting on our shorts. But
Carl,
we'll get there.
Carl, we need our shorts, man.
Music time. Let's go into some of them foolishness in music.
So apparently, Tupac has been resurrected several times in the in music culture this last 2 weeks.
It's like Tupac gets resurrected every 2 weeks.
I think Tupac is the most overrated rapper of all time.
how you feel? So where we going?
Yeah. I think he's the most overrated rapper of all time.
You just literally killed your whole story. You was building it up, and now it's in the.
I feel like he's the most overrated rapper of all. I feel like really, like, let's really be honest. Like, what makes him great?
He's the greatest songwriter ever.
What songs did he write?
Dear Mama.
Keep your head up.
Okay, you name me
I
two
ain't
rap
mad
songs.
at
They're
you.
not great rap. They're great. They're great.
I mean, we were just
period.
starting to name off songs.
But I'm just saying, though,
Hail
you're saying
Mary,
he was a
To Live
great.
and Die in
Temptations,
LA.
a rider.
My thing is, okay, here's my question.
Temptations.
Here's my question.
Changes.
We say he's one of the best. Like, people give him
Hit 'em
credit
up.
as the best. I didn't even like Hit 'Em Up. I didn't like it. I thought it was okay.
It's people that don't like Jesus, but Jesus is Jesus.
Are you really comparing Tupac
No,
to
I'm
Jesus?
just saying. It's like it's always gonna be somebody who doesn't like something. There
I
are
just
people
think
who
that-
real
I
life
just
don't believe
really-
in God.
I just really think he's overrated. I
So-
really think he gets way too much credit for hip hop.
Here's my analysis on Tupac.
It's amazing that we're getting into this.
Tupac arguably has, if there's a 100,000 songs in hip hop, he probably has 1,000 of the best 10,000 songs.
What?
Yeah.
And easily.
No.
Like I'm not trying to be
And
funny.
he was working at a frantic pace, like a pace unmatched by anybody other than Lil Wayne and maybe Drake. So if he would have slowed down a little bit, imagine how much better those songs would have been. And he still has.
I'm gonna just keep it on, and I'm not even like the
100
biggest Pac
magnificent
advocate,
songs.
but keep your head up, Dear Mama.
You're naming hits.
Brenda
though.
had a baby.
Everybody
No,
has hits.
What's
Not
the
everybody,
joint? What's
but
the joint?
rappers-
Shock G.
I get around.
I Get Around. That's better than motherfuckers' catalog.
Like iconic
Here's
records.
how I feel about Tupac. I think Tupac was a fraud. Like, I felt like every time I listen to Tupac, I'm like, okay, you want to be the Mr. Save the World rapper, all right? You also want to be the thug nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tupac is not a, like, and so I talked to OGs who actually knew Tupac back in the day. Like, I'm talking to these guys, and they're literally telling me about Tupac. They literally said, like, Tupac had an identity crisis. And also, let's even go a step further, Tupac, to me, committed one of the most egregious fucking, things you could ever do is lie on your dick. He didn't fuck Faith. He didn't fuck Faith. Like, my thing is, you say I fucked the nigga, I fucked the nigga bitch. Like, there's only one way you, as a man, you can lie on your dick. You can lie on your dick because you did. You can say you really fucked her, but you say I ain't fuck her. You know what I'm saying? But you can't lie on your dick and say you fucked her and you didn't.
Here's my thing when you talk about Pac's identity crisis.
I just thought that was corny, and I just thought that his. I mean, I'm not taking away all those songs that y'all name. I'm not taking nothing away.
Like,
from
yo, you know when Pac got killed? You know how old he was?
he was 25.
25.
All right,
He's
but-
a fucking kid. He did all of that
Nas
music,
made Illmatic at 19. What are
and
we
that's
talking
why
about?
when Nas is one of the GOATs.
He is, but I
Like-
think he's better than Tupac.
I agree, but understand Pac is up there.
I just think he's
Pac did
overrated.
all them songs and all them movies in a fucking 6-year span.
I agree.
This shit was insane. Like, you talk about Me Against the World, All Eyes
He
on
did
Me, and
Machiavelli in
Machiavelli.
7 days.
Like, those.
Machiavelli's a masterpiece. Machiavelli might be the best rap album ever.
I
It's
hate
not better
Machiavelli.
than Life
I
After
hate
Death,
it.
but
I
it's
hate
right,
it.
Right
up
up
there.
there.
It's right at Life After Death. I got it as the 4th best.
I hate Machiavelli.
Like, it's right
I hate it.
That shit is like it's
I
a
hate
perfect
it.
album.
I
He
hate
made
it.
it in 7 days.
It's a perfect
It's a
album.
perfect album.
It's a perfect album.
Perfect album.
The fact that he did it in a week, it makes
It's a
it
perfect album. It's perfect.
That shit was made, mixed, mastered in fucking 7 days.
What does
shit
that
makes
mean, though?
What do you realize how long it take artists to come up with content?
Yeah,
like that?
I'm just saying.
It
though.
takes
Nas is
years.
doing albums at a pace of every 2.5 years.
It take
for his
years
career.
for motherfuckers to
Well,
make
that's
an
because
album
that's
like
just
that.
what he wants to do, though.
But his albums aren't always as good as Machiavelli.
No, he's Nas has missed a few times.
That's just what he wants
That's
to
what I'm
do.
saying. So
But
like,
here's
he's
my question.
taking two
Let
and
me
a
ask you a
half
question.
years
What if Tupac?
to do a
What if
mediocre
Tupac was
album.
still alive? Would everybody always say, "Oh well"? What if he would have fell off?
What if I would have had
All rappers fall
43
off.
on the Powerball joint last week? It's like you could always say what if, but
Like Once Upon a Time, LL was the baddest motherfucker ever. LL
He's my
fell
favorite
off.
rapper.
He fell off.
He did
Considerably.
horribly.
But we still fuck with him.
We do. I do.
We don't want to hear his music, but we still fuck with him.
Big L.
he was big Elliot. It's like
That
what
song
the
was terrible,
fuck?
yeah.
It's like you about to get your heads from. Like
That was a reach for radio.
dog. LL had a couple
Yeah, he was
of
trying
them.
to. Yeah,
Matt said
yeah.
this a couple weeks ago. The fact that Biggie and Tupac died at 24 and 25, we
yeah.
never had to experience them do nut ass shit and
I
reach
agree.
for record sales
Real
and for
shit.
radio.
I don't
acceptance.
know what I would have done seeing Biggie running around with
Like imagine
you
if
know,
Biggie had to do a
Migos and Khaled.
Quiznos. We had to do a
Like-
Quiznos commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
You know what, man? I guess in hindsight, that kind of makes me feel like, Quiet as kept. I'll talk about it. So 2 years ago, I got to meet DMX, right? And
did DMX still off on you or something?
no.
Because you ain't want to say this.
Nah, well, because I'm gonna tell you. So I met DMX 2 years ago, and I asked him. I was like, "Yo, man, I want to write your biopic." I watched the Straight Outta Compton biopic, and I said, "Yo, DMX's biopic would be fucking incredible." I said, I want to write it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and anybody that doesn't know me know that behind the scenes, I write a lot. Like, I write a lot of scripts.
Clint's a vicious. He's a writing motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? I write a lot of scripts. I'm very, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, though, so I reached out to his management, reached out to people, and I finally got in contact with him. But at the time, he had just went to jail. I went to visit him in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So I was like, "Hey, man, I really want to." So he was kind of quiet about it. He was like, "Nah, I don't know, man. I don't want people to think I'm washed up." And in the back of my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of are.
You kind of washed up."
You know what I mean? And then, but I didn't really hear from him. We kind of fell out of contact, and then we talked. And again, and he said, "Yo, man, I want to do." After the New Edition biopic came out, he was like, he hit me up, was like, "Yo, I want to do this shit. I want to do it." So he wants to tell a story. And as we're talking, because we're now communicating, I would say weekly. And as we're talking, man, I'm listening to X, and the sad thing is, I'm like, man, like, you literally had, because I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about doing this. You know what I'm saying? He had the best year in hip hop to me, which was 99, which he had.
97.
It was 99. It was 99.
No, 98.
98.
98
He had
into
97,
99.
98
Well,
and
no, he had two. It was 98. Yeah, he
98.
had two number one albums in the same year. You know what I'm saying? Man, I think that, wow, like, what if DMX would have died after, I would say, the Great Depression?
I always said if X died in 2000, he's held up there in the top 3 or 4.
Absolutely.
Right.
But this is the thing, and this is like look at like Beanie Siegel.
He's in the top 3?
What?
He would have been in the top 3 if he would.
I'm talking about here in this city. In Philly, it's no way around him not being number one rapper. You understand what I'm saying?
I say Black Thought is number 1.
That's cool. I never heard a Black Thought solo album, so I can't really, you know what I mean? Like, that's be my knock with Andre when I do that shit. But this is my thing. It's like, you go through things, like, Jay-Z became, married to Beyonce, 500, 600 million.
Right,
it's
right.
like, so you're looked at in a different light from
facts.
Beans losing the Maserati. It's just a lot of shit that you see going that way that went this way. So it's, different light at the end of the tunnel. If that makes any sense.
So I get your point when you talk about.
So Pac. It's like, if like Biggie and Pac died at their height,
right?
Like Biggie's last verse that he recorded was
that
arguably his best verse. That's the joint that has me all the time like, the nigga was getting better.
Yeah,
because
he was.
The flow that he had on Victory, the word flipping, it was just like, Jesus Christ, this nigga's getting better. Like, as good as Ready to Die was, as good as Life After Death was, when you hear that nigga on Victory, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Like, this nigga was literally still getting better.
Right.
So it's like, and then you look at Pac. Pac didn't have that lyrical prowess that Biggie or Nas or Jay-Z had, being from over there. But making songs, like, you look at the songs he made on Tupacalypse Now. Yeah. You look at the songs he made on, what was the second joint?
Strictly for My Niggas.
Then you look at Me Against the World.
Me Against the World is another magnificent
Then you look
album.
at
Now, I will give you Me Against the World. I will give you that.
Then you look at All Eyes on Me. Then you look at Machiavelli, and it was just like, then you look at the shit that they dropped on Changes on the greatest hits right after he died. Then Until the End of Time, it's like that nigga's song making ability was just. It was
I can't.
Unreal.
I'm not arguing that. I mean, I guess maybe it depends on what you consider like best rapper. I feel like as a rapper, like a pound for pound spitter. I just feel like he was very overrated to me.
Oh, he was light in the ass as a pound for pound spitter.
But again, like when you talk about,
but as an overall,
but when you talk about LL,
he wiped the floor with a lot of people.
You're not putting LL up there with Biggie.
No,
Nas,
but here's my
Jay-Z,
question. So. Now we talk about Drake because I'm sure y'all about to get to the Kendrick album or anything, but the thing that was pissing me off the whole weekend was I'm listening to the Kendrick album. I like it, but people are like, all right, but he's way better than Drake, and I'm like, but this is
and we talk about this all the time. This is the arena in which we live in now in this society.
So like everybody's going to be compared.
Everything's for comparison, and you know what I said to somebody on Twitter? I said it to my man Jay on Twitter the other day. Because Drake has been saying I'm the best or I'm top 2 or top 3.
He is.
At the last 3 years, he said it 77 times.
Yeah.
You're older. The minute that somebody comes out with some material that rivals yours, it's going to be like, oh, Drake in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He did it to himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
so
do you feel like he's in trouble though?
Yes.
You do.
Damn is a masterpiece. He's in trouble.
Drake's in trouble?
He's in trouble.
You're a Drake stan. Last
I love
episode.
Drake. He in trouble.
No, he's not.
He in trouble.
He's not even close to in trouble.
He in trouble.
Drake has his lane. He has his fans. He has his thing.
No, but I'm
That's
talking about from
never
a rapper standpoint.
I don't honestly, yo.
He can't fuck with Kendrick with them
Nah,
words.
but we all know this though, and that's been going on for the last 3 or 4 years. But here go the thing, like Joe Budden said, and again, I don't fuck with Joe Budden, but the nigga kept it a bean. Let's keep it funky. Drake washed you twice, so it's like this is
Who did he wash twice?
Kendrick.
He did.
I'm just keeping it a bean. I'm
what,
sorry.
Poetic? How can you watch somebody on Poetic Justice?
Poetic Justice and on the ASAP Rocky joint. So it's like,
the song that everybody remembers from the ASAP Rocky song is Kendrick's part.
The part of the song.
That's a Lil Wayne move where you control a song with energy and with a chant. That's a Lil Wayne
part of the song that you remember, that line.
I mean,
Drake's verse
was better,
way
but
better.
Kendrick's is more memorable.
Kendrick's is more memorable.
The line was memorable.
I know you want this. Well, pause, but
don't look at me when you say that.
DJs cut into that record from that part of the song and started from the beginning.
Don't mean that it's a better. I mean, like it's.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it means.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
I live in the club. Like that's exactly what it means.
It's funny how fast this bull switches, yo. That is crazy.
No, but
he literally sat up here and said, "I love Drake."
Listen, I'm the original Drake fan. I brought Drake to this market.
So this is what
I'm the original Drake fan.
This is what I'm saying.
Pound for pound, as a rapper, he don't have a verse that stands up to nothing that Kendrick did.
On
he
what?
don't have a verse better than Kendrick's verse with Pusha T on Drug Dealers Anonymous or whatever the fuck that record is. When I was 10, back when now
you just said what the
10.
fuck? What the record?
Here's my
It's
thing.
the record with Pusha. It's not his record. It's the record with Pusha T.
I agree that Kendrick's a good rapper.
He's not a good rapper. He's a phenomenal rapper.
I give you that. My thing is, Drake is making the music he wants to make. I honestly don't think he's worried about it. That's all I'm saying.
Now, when he said that Drake is in trouble, I don't feel like Drake is in trouble.
Drake's got. You go look at the iTunes chart right now. He still has 13 out of top 20 songs. He's making the shit he want to make. So when he drops shit like Passion Fruit and Blim and fucking the Mata Bim, whatever the fuck it's called, that's the shit he want to make. So it's like when it come to rap,
I think
Drake is gonna be Drake. Kendrick's gonna be Kendrick. Like you said, when we hear Kendrick, we hear it and then it's kind of like, all right. And it's like, I'm not saying that about
Humble just entered the charts at number 2. Drake never did that. So now he's doing Drake shit. Humble entered the charts at number 2 on the Hot 100. Drake never entered the charts that high. I mean, his first week on the chart.
So what is it? What exactly are you telling me? What are you like? I'm trying to get because you told me something completely different for the last couple weeks. So I'm trying to figure out where you're going.
No, what I told you was that the super rappy shit, people don't care about that. It comes and it goes. Kendrick's not doing just super rappy shit on his album. Have you listened to the album?
Yeah, I listened to the first 4 tracks. I haven't gotten a chance to get into
so you can't even give me an opinion because you haven't listened to the
I
album.
don't want to give you an opinion. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you said Drake was in trouble.
Because Kendrick's now
you guys argue like two old fucking men.
Now
this is hilarious.
Kendrick's record with Rihanna.
I'm just trying to get a sense of what he's saying.
Kendrick's record with Rihanna is better than Drake's last 2 records with Rihanna.
Is Kendrick's song with Rihanna a number 1? Because Drake's was.
It just came out Friday.
I'm asking.
What are you talking about?
If it gets released as a single.
If it gets released as a single, it will be. It's a better song.
It's a great song.
I
want to say this.
We'll wait to see if it goes number 1.
Anybody that listens, now, I have a problem with the word classic. I hate the word because I feel like it's overused, it's overplayed. You know
this is my joint. No, real quick, let me say this.
Go ahead.
When it comes to people like this situation where motherfuckers legit be like a fan of something or wanting to say something, it be the next day. For me, growing up, Jay-Z, think about how long it took Reasonable Doubt to be a classic. Quote unquote.
Because nobody gave a fuck.
I'm just saying. It's like
nobody
literally
gave a fuck.
An album come out. I seen motherfuckers tweeting that night like, oh, this is classic. The same way Drake fans do it when the album come out. Oh, this is classic. And it just, I literally, like I said it last time, I'm like, damn, I'm on song number 3. I'll catch up to y'all. Because y'all saying it's already a classic. I'll catch up and I'll get there. So it's like, yeah, eventually I'll get to this. You got to remember, I don't have time to just be, literally, I've been working like crazy.
With this, since the minute it came out, I've lived with this album. I'm not saying it's a classic, but what I'm saying it's better than everything that came out this year. It's better than everything that came out last year.
It's still April. No, it's not better than everything that came out last year.
What came out last year?
Well, are we just talking about rap albums?
Rap.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad. Because would you consider?
I don't compare. I don't cross.
Have you listened to?
Do you think Anderson .Paak's album is that a rap album?
That's not a rap album.
Because Anderson .Paak.
Oh, Anderson .Paak's album was phenomenal.
I thought Bruno Mars shit was good.
Bruno Mars had the album of the year last year.
I thought this shit was great.
But that's neither here nor there. But
did you listen to Kendrick's album?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you think?
I'm going to give you my. it's not a I don't think it's a classic because I can't say that just yet. But I will say that I was a big fan of To Pimp a Butterfly. Like I loved To Pimp.
And see, this is what I mean. It's like,
I love
and this is the thing that I be trying to tell him. It's like when opinions don't match.
Yeah.
It's like we live in this society now where it's like your opinion don't mind, you'll fuck you retarded. And it's just like I hate To Pimp a Butterfly.
I hate it.
This nigga says it's hot. I can't knock him for that. Yeah. So it's like that's the reason I turn around and I'm like, yo. I respect Kendrick rapping.
Yeah.
He can rap his ass off.
I like the production To Pimp a Butterfly.
I keep saying that you switch sides on me. Now meet Westbrook. Go ahead, celebrate with your team and let victory vouch you. Just know the next game played, I might slap the shit out you. I like that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Kendrick stan the way I'm a Rick Ross and Drake stan. So it's just like I'd much rather. I was listening to Rick Ross on the way here. I love Apple in My Eye. That's my favorite song that came out this year. So it's just like, yeah, it's gonna be hard for something to jump in front of that. And it's probably not going to be Kendrick because I'm just not a Kendrick stan.
I'll say this. I'm not a Kendrick stan either.
That's my opinion.
But I will say this is Kendrick's best work. I will also say that if this is
from the shit that I'm seeing from people, I know it's better than that Weird Black album. I know it's probably better than the Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Do I think it's better than Good Kid, Mad City? It's gonna be very difficult to catch that. So I'll listen to it.
It's up there. It's up there.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Triple X is the best rap song I heard in 2 years.
Let me tell you something, dog. I'm not. Listen, you're talking to somebody, and mind you, I live on the West Coast now, so I get to see. Like I'm around Kendrick stans. Like them niggas love that man. Yeah. You know, like they love Kendrick the same way we love Beans back in the day. And I'm gonna honestly tell you, I gave this album. I listened to it on the way to Columbus, Ohio, and on the way back from Columbus, Ohio. And so when I listened to it twice, I said, "Yo, this album is legit, and it's better. And this is his best.
I got through the first 3 songs.
To me, this is his best. This is his best work, and I think that he's finally, he's going to. He crossed into another realm with this album.
I think he's balancing the pro-blackness with more palatable.
Right.
He's figured out the way.
He's bridging the gap.
He's figured out the way to put the medicine in the candy.
Right. That's the perfect analogy.
The song Duckworth is fucking amazing. Nobody's not doing that.
Listen, let me tell you
right
something,
now.
man. Duckworth. First of all, the way the beat changed with Knife Wonder. God damn it, Knife Wonder. Shout out to Knife Wonder, man. My man is his manager, man. Like God, like literally, like I'm in awe of this album, man. But I don't think that. I'm going to hold off on calling it a masterpiece. I'm going to hold on to calling it a classic. I'm going to hold off on calling it, the greatest shit ever. But I will say this album is the best rap album. It's better than anything last year. Mm-hmm. Who had the best rap album last year? 2016.
Oh, that's right. Damn, we are in 17.
Who had the best rap album? Was it J. Cole? Because I didn't even like that album.
That album was horrible.
I wasn't
garbage.
Really a J. Cole. Yeah, I'm not a J. Cole fan. But that's right there. It's like I'll say I'm not a real big J. Cole fan. Oh my God, it's just like no.
And I like J. Cole. J. Cole is one of the only rappers that ever like made me turn the corner on him. And then you put out a shitty album, and it's like
right.
What do you do?
Oh no,
baby,
you,
what
man.
are you doing?
I was rooting for you, man.
My joint is when like this is the only thing that I kind of was on the tip where it was like when you was like Drake's in trouble. No, the album can be as great as it wants to be. Drake's
I don't think Drake's
commercially it's commercially nothing. But as far as the critics and the people that pervade this art and compare this art,
but let me ask you a question. So with Kendrick dropping this now, this is his third album. Third album in.
Third.
No, third.
The black joint.
Untitled and Master don't count. That was like a
bullshit.
That's like calling Nas Lost Tapes album.
Yeah. Right. So now where does Kendrick rank? Who's the best rappers today? Where does Kendrick? And this shit he got going on with Big Sean too. I'm gonna need that.
If you want to talk about rapping, like rapping, because you consider Kendrick a better rapper than Rick Ross, right?
Yeah.
I don't think to me. I'd rather listen to Rick Ross.
Because Rick Ross to you probably makes better music.
I just like his music.
And that's your twin.
I hate the Kendrick music. It's just not my thing. And that's
listen to this album.
I'm gonna get to it tonight.
DNA, Element, the song
Duckworth
with Rihanna,
is my shit.
Duckworth, Triple X.
I listened to Triple X. That was pretty good.
Isn't he supposed to be dropping another album today or today?
No, that was like
a hoax.
That somebody was like a hoax. That was some fake woke.
So he's
like,
going to make
Twitter person
because they thought he was supposed to
shit.
make God and then Damn or something like that.
No, he's not doing that.
It was supposed to be like Damnation, and his producer said, his producer tweeted and said, "What if I told you that wasn't the official version?" and got everybody in a frenzy. Then he came back and said, no, I meant like with the skits and the interludes to tie the songs in together, blah, blah, blah. That was supposed to go to iTunes. It didn't. We'll change it later, like how Kanye changed his album.
Yeah.
But he's saying like there ain't no second album.
Right. Well, I like Kendrick's joint, but I think he's got the game in the chokehold. I don't think that Drake is in trouble, according to what Chad says. I don't think.
I'm saying commercially speaking, nobody can't do nothing to Drake. Drake stood up to ghostwriting rumors.
Because let me ask you a question: Can Kendrick sell out an arena?
Yes.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yes.
You believe that?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying he can't.
Absolutely. Any artist that's going double platinum in this current climate can sell out an arena.
Yeah, he probably can sell out.
He just headlined Coachella.
He did, or I thought Lady Gaga did.
He did tonight. He's headlining tonight. Sunday night, he's headlining Coachella.
Yeah, but Coachella is in
L.A.
L.A.
No, well,
so it makes sense.
Well, it's like 3 hours away, but
yeah, it makes sense for him to headline. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't think he could headline.
And
don't
forget,
out.
Beyonce dropped out.
Yeah, it's like I don't think he headlines like in New York or no shit like that.
New York niggas love him just as much.
No, I'm
as
talking
LA
about if they
love
had like that big festival.
He would
Who headlines in New York then?
I'm saying like
But who does? Drake?
Jay-Z or somebody. Like
I mean, well,
like
Jay-Z
that's
ain't
what I'm
got
trying
time.
to
If they
say.
still, like, here's the thing. Here's my Jay-Z thing. If y'all are still pitching for Jay-Z to headline anything rap related in 2017,
Like, I
we've
think-
missed the fucking boat.
Like
here.
I think
Like,
if Drake wants to show up, he headlines anything. So
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
So it's just like, and that's kind of what I was saying. It's like I don't think Drake can rap as good as Kendrick. Although I like Drake and I fucks with Drake's raps. Are you serious? Right
Yeah,
now?
somebody FaceTime me, man.
And that shit-
Well, she's cute though, so I had
Fuck
to.
that. You on a fucking real podcast? Yo.
Well, this is a real podcast. When you get a FaceTime call from a bad chick, you gotta,
Yo,
you gotta
come on,
answer.
man.
Am I wrong for that?
yes,
yes,
You
very
got.
wrong.
Would you pick up your phone on the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, they say. Did you just compare yourself to the?
We in 62 countries,
Yes,
brother.
What the fuck?
How many countries you think the Breakfast Club in?
I don't give a
fucking
fuck.
I just wanted to do it.
Yo, like I said though, I don't think Drake.
She was
is
bad as shit.
affected by
Hold on,
him.
that just helped me get some pussy. By the way, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
I don't think Drake gets affected by anything Kendrick, J. Cole, any of them dudes do. It's like I just don't see.
I don't
that.
think he's affected either. I
don't see that at all. So it's just like the album. I've finished listening to it. And I feel like it from
I think Drake is the best rapper of this generation.
clearly the best artist of this generation.
Best artist,
What
for sure.
what I've seen from people on Twitter, Facebook, all of that. The album is nuts. So it's like when I get through it.
But I don't like when Twitter and Facebook niggas be hyping shit up, and then
My thing is,
I hate that
I
shit,
haven't
man.
seen. I don't think I've seen two people that are like at least the fans that are like disappointed. Like Kendrick fans were disappointed with Pimp a Butterfly.
Really?
They were disappointed with.
I
the
liked it.
Because he put out Blacker the Berry, which is this aggressive ass record, and then he gave us a soft ass album, and people was confused. Like, thought we was getting like an aggressive like.
Like I like
album.
Kendrick on the Freedom Joint with Beyonce. Like I thought that was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just like when he does them joints, I don't think.
So
anyone
what's going on with him and Big Sean though? Like I need this shit to end. Like this is because he takes shots at him. You know what I'm saying? Or I guess subliminally.
Right.
And my thing is when I listen, I'm like to me, Big Sean and Kendrick going back and forth to me is like Urkel and Tyson. Like this isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't feel like it's a fair fight. Like who cares about this nigga?
But I
Like,
mean, a lot of people think that Big Sean is like a phenomenal rapper.
I don't think he's phenomenal. I think he's good.
A lot of people think he is.
I
though.
don't
Like,
think he's phenomenal.
he's good.
He's good. Yeah, he's decent. He's solid.
You gotta understand-
He's like in
and-
the second tier. He's with Wale and Meek
You
Mill.
gotta understand. This is.
I think he ahead of them too.
He
He ahead of Wale. And
So to me, right now, there's the top three is Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and what other I don't
and
care.
J. Cole can get the fuck out of there till he make a good album.
But he's in there though.
He's in there.
No, it's Drake and J. Cole. I mean Drake and Kendrick. by themselves.
So there's no. So then you think J. Cole and Sean are in the next category?
You know what J. Cole has to do? J. Cole has to get out of his own way and stop producing every fucking
He
song.
needs a fucking
He
producer.
needs a producer.
I agree.
Like, what made Jay-Z is the fact that after he did the Ski Beats and Clark Kent and all of that shit, he went and got Pharrell and
Timbaland and Just Blaze
and
and
DJ
Kanye
Quick and
and
different,
Kanye.
you know what I'm saying? You got to rap to different motherfuckers. man.
Irv gave him some hits. You
And
know what
Irv
I'm saying?
too.
But
Like-
Kanye gave him the blueprint.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Kanye gave him the blueprint.
Kanye and Just Blaze
Yeah.
literally took him somewhere else.
and Swiss Beats on volume 2 and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like, you gotta diversify your sound. If not, you end up rapping in that same pocket all the time.
Right.
That 10-song album that J. Cole put out, every song sounds the fucking same.
Right.
The beat, the hook, and the verses. It's like, oh, we just playing one long ass song for 48 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's Drake, Kendrick, them two by themselves, and then it's the next tier, which is Pusha T, Big Sean. I put J. Cole
Pusha
in
T
there.
still rap?
That's what I was about. That's exactly what I was about to
When
say.
he does, he's in there.
Well, when he does,
But he
he's in
doesn't.
there.
When is the last time he rapped?
I mean,
Since before Drake spanked him.
I mean, that's y'all man. Y'all the Pusha T
absolutely.
fans.
I
So
love
it's
him.
like,
But when did he rap? When's the last time he rapped? I haven't heard Pusha T.
He has a song out called Circle with Designer. That's the last song. That
I'm
came
good.
out at the
But see,
beginning
this,
of the summertime.
but this is what's crazy, and this is how fast music moves. Is like Pusha T really, to me, is like a regular rapper.
Just he's in the.
He's
You know
just
who
a
Pusha T is
regular-
with me? He's Fabulous and
He's just-
Jadakiss.
No,
he's in,
Nah, he better than
He's
Fab.
better.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that pocket. I feel like they're
The man arguably never had a corny verse ever.
No, I've never heard Fabulous say anything corny or
Pusha.
Jadakiss.
Pusha's had verses that were like, all right, you could have done a little bit better than that.
I don't know.
Jada has never had. A
I've
bad
never
verse.
heard Jada say anything corny in my life.
Jada has
Shoot me
never-
in the watch. I got time to kill. That was horrible.
I mean, we can
that
all-
line.
That line is horrible.
but the verse.
verse. Yeah, I'm about to say. Shoot me in the watch.
Like, what does that mean?
Fab said the
Fab shit is
Shoot me in
Fab
the
shit is
watch.
borderline terrible.
Fab said the suicide. That was
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
hard. That was terrible.
Fab probably,
That was awful.
All right, my issue
Suicide.
with Fab is that Fab always goes for the low hanging fruit. It's like,
Yeah, he does,
it's like,
yeah.
dog, you're 40 and you're doing social media rap. Like,
Yeah, he is.
What point do you evolve past like the 19-year-old bitches that want to fuck you? Like,
Yeah, he's still like it's like he's 40, but he still acts like he's 22.
yes.
Like I still like
He's still fabulous sport.
he's still FABOLOUS. Like
Yeah, I mean,
he's still that nigga. Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you a talented writer. I know you are.
yeah, Fab
because you're
can-
still here.
Fab can. It'd be crazy. It's like I was listening to Prodigy the other day. I was listening to Murder Music.
That's
and
a
I'm-
great album.
And I'm like, damn, they couldn't do this shit no more. Like Prodigy said, I got the style of a stillborn child. I'm ill. If it's beef, poke him with the fork. Make sure he's done well. Like, you couldn't get away with that shit
No,
no
you
more
couldn't,
in
yeah,
rap.
yeah.
And motherfuckers be like, yo, that's smoking. But it's just like, damn, rap has. It made me go back and listen to Shook Ones and just where rap really wasn't about the beat, the hook. It was like,
About
what the
lyric-
fuck you
what
saying?
are you saying,
Yeah,
dog?
it's
about
just-
getting your message across.
Exactly. And it's like, rap now is just. And that's why
I don't. You know what's crazy?
I understand the change, so that's the reason I'm like, yo, I like Drake for just staying true to who
Even
he
though
is.
this
Like,
Kendrick-
I like the fact that he not out there lying and doing all
Right.
this crazy shit about killing niggas
Right.
and shooting niggas. He like, listen, I miss this bitch.
Right.
And y'all feel this.
I feel this.
He keep
Feel
it
this.
in his beat.
Well,
I
here's my
like
thing.
that shit.
You know what's crazy? As much as I'm raving about the Kendrick album, I don't really have a quotable. Like I remember when I first.
I mean,
we brought
I-
up 2001. I
I
remember when the
you- I-
Blueprint dropped. I literally came to school the next day and said, "Yo, I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell." Like I thought that was the most prolific shit I've ever heard in my life that time. And my thing is, I'm listening to Kendrick and I'm like, wow, like I really don't. I didn't pick out any lines that was like.
It's no lines yet. I've been going back and I'm picking up on more shit. He's more so telling a lot of stories.
Right,
on
right,
this
right,
album.
right.
So it's like it's more so like all of the shit goes together. Like that verse, that middle verse on Triple X is like eye opening. Like holy shit, because it's like
Right.
his man calls him after his son get killed, and he's expecting
Yeah,
Kendrick
that was
to say something. Say be like, yo, no, it's, it's gonna be good, man. We gonna march or whatever like that. And he like, man,
Go kill that
go
nigga.
kill that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, so to hear that is just like the shock factor, and then the way that he delivered the shit, and then it's like, hold up, I'm about to go speak at this convention. I call you back. Then it's
Right.
like, hey kids, we're about to talk about gun control, but I just told my man to go kill this nigga
Right,
that
right,
killed
right,
his son.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's
right,
like
right.
the messaging and the storytelling is, I think, was
Yeah.
on the forefront of this album. I think we'll discover the
What's
quotables
crazy
and
is
shit
you know
later.
how far we went off track is that this whole shit was supposed to be about Lil Boosie.
Supposed to be about Boosie.
I don't give a fuck about Boosie. I'm sorry.
And we went over there. But let's get Boosie real quick
All
before
right,
we move on.
Boosie's new album is going to be called Boo Pac.
That's what we was talking about. Everybody's resurrecting Pac. Because it was just
Troy Ave,
New
New Pac,
New Pac. And now Boosie is Boo
Boo
Pac.
Pac.
You can be Clint Pac.
I wish people out there could look at the look on my face
They gonna see it.
of disgust, my nigga.
Boosie
Like,
said, and I quote, I'm the Tupac of my generation.
Yeah.
Nobody's making that heartfelt music like me, so my new album's going to be called Boo Pac,
This
and
is-
it is
this
a,
is- this is-
you know
a
what?
double
You know what?
album.
You know what, Chat? First of all,
This is after he got robbed.
And it's a
robbed
double
for
album.
$1
this
million
the shit
in
that
jewelry.
By the
pisses me
Biloxi
off.
police.
He's a fucking joke, yo. Like,
No,
Boosie's a
like
fucking joke.
He's supposed to be like
He's
a real
fucking
nigga down there.
joke.
I've heard a couple
He's a
motherfuckers down
fucking
south.
joke. Ha ha, he's a
Oh,
clown.
I'm telling you.
Boosie's a fucking clown,
Don't
B.
say that in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Don't
I
say
won't
that
say it down there, but I'm just saying he's a fucking clown. Like, literally, like, do we know Boosie for rapping anything besides INDE? And that wasn't even him.
I ain't gonna hold you. When Boosie did the joint with Jeezy, remember that? You better believe it. Boosie was talking
was
some
talking
shit.
that shit.
Like, yo, telling you, Boosie's supposed to be a live nigga from down there.
The shit that's
telling
on
you.
the commercially
Straight
released
bad.
music from Boosie is like kind of like clowny shit.
Yeah.
But the album tracks, he talks some shit.
He was
now,
talking that shit
Tupac
on-
level, fuck no.
No, hell no.
But if you go to certain places in this country, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Monroe, Louisiana, Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia, Baltimore especially, he is Tupac in the
Anything
markets.
where they put gravy on every meal, yeah,
He real like that. He's really
the man.
fucking Tupac.
Yeah,
like
he's
he
the man.
Boosie was so popping when he got out of jail. He got a lot of promoters rich from doing fucking Boosie welcome home parties and concerts and shit like that. Like that motherfucker got a crazy following. So Tupac, no. Bupac, no. But he makes some dope shit here.
Man, I
and
just
there.
said how much
ridiculous chains?
I'm not a big fan of Tupac, but this
he
nigga
got a chain that's a Bible.
He got another chain that's Jesus with his
No,
arms
it's not
out.
Jesus. It's the
joint from Brazil.
the saint. Yeah, whatever. The
That
joint
is
from.
Jesus, though.
Yeah, but it's like
it's their Jesus.
It's
right?
Christ the Redeemer.
The Redeemer. There you go. Yeah, I couldn't think what the name of it is. But yeah, he has one of those. He has a Bible.
Man, fuck Bootsy.
Bootsy.
I'm pretty sure there's a
I'm
Chevy
sorry.
emblem
Not-
or something.
Not
in there.
Bootsy Collins. Bootsy. Bootsy Badass or whatever. Wow. I just wasted how long was that? 48 seconds of my life.
Hey man.
Talk about
But he got robbed for $1 million worth of jewelry from the book.
why does he have $1
Biloxi
million
police.
worth of jewelry?
Because it's Boosie.
It's Boosie.
Does he have $1 million worth of equity anywhere else?
Better believe it. It's
Capital
Boosie.
One also stole $960,000 of his money out of an account, also wire fraud. So he's definitely loaded. But
Oh, you want to tell? Well, you alluded to it when we were talking about when we all got locked up about how they lost all your shit.
oh yeah.
Who got locked up?
I
Y'all
did.
did.
When?
Not together. We
not
were just
to-
talking about the shit
separately.
we went on in life.
I mean, I got locked up too, but when I was like 15, I don't even count.
October 2014, I got pulled over during a traffic stop. Ended up getting arrested or whatever.
For what? Suspended license?
No.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Trafficking with intent to deliver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what's crazy, man, Chad? I don't even. You know what's funny? True story. Somebody asked me years ago because it was at the time when Chad was doing the online radio show to Mark. Right? I was actually an avid listener, and somebody was like, "Yo, what do C Diddy do?" And I was like, "You know what? That's a good fucking question. I don't know." And I remember we had a conversation. He said like he had just quit his job. I think he had just quit his job. But I was like, "What? I don't know what the motherfucker does." Now I know what you do.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
so,
I don't want to incriminate you on the podcast.
He doesn't do it anymore.
I've already been
Yeah.
fucking. I'm on probation for the shit, so it's over now.
Okay.
Whatever. My probation is up. June 2018. I'll be free to travel about the world again, even though I've been doing it anyway.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I have a very loose probation stipulation.
Yeah.
So I get locked the fuck up. They take my shit or whatever. They throw everything in a nice, neat little bag. They take my fucking 3 cell phones. They take my fucking money. It was like $2,800 in cash. They don't impound the car. That was a good thing. They just left the car just sitting there where it was. And they called Enterprise like, hey, come get your car. So they came and picked the car up. So that was cool. But yeah, they lost all my shit. Everything that was taken into evidence, when I got bailed out 16 hours later, they didn't have any of it, and nobody knew where it was. Not the people from 55th and Pine, not the transport officers who took me to CFCF, not CFCF themselves. Like, nobody knew where my shit was, and I never got it back. So I had to, like, rebuy, like, my fucking jacket, all my credit cards, all that shit. Like, it just, to this day, nobody's mailed me my shit. Like, nobody knows where my stuff is. And that was almost 3 years ago. It'd be 3 years.
Real quick, you made me think about when you said mail it. My dad lost his wallet. And he got home and realized he didn't have it.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Damn, I gotta go get new credit cards, debit cards, all that stuff." So he's like, he was starting to do that whole process, and he got a package like express mail 2 days later. It was his wallet. Whoever found it mailed it to him, and he had like $80 in
And
there.
it still was in there?
The $80 was gone, and there was a note. It was like, "Hey, look, I found your shit. I'm keeping the cash, but I'm mailing the wallet back to
time
you."
where I lost my wallet. I was fucking leaving out my apartment. That's why I used to live at Alden Park. I was leaving out my apartment. I had some dumbass sweatpants on. My wallet fell out of my fucking pants pocket or whatever. I leave, can't find my wallet. I got to buy all new shit or whatever. 3 days later, this was on the weekend, like 3 days later, the fucking wallet was hand delivered to my mom's house in Upper Darby, which is where my permanent address was. The girl who found it lived in my apartment, was moving out, found it. Her aunt lived across the street from my mom.
It's fucking crazy.
And I had $200 in my wallet. Everything was still in there.
They were white though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
That's white.
Love white people. All right, so where do we leave off at?
Bootsy's Bupac.
Oh yeah, Bupac. Bupac, Troy Ave's new Pac. Everybody's Pac.
And just in case y'all didn't hear me, fuck Bootsy. All right. Fuck his music. Fuck his chains.
Apparently.
Fuck his fade. All right, I'm done.
Yo, did you see the picture of him with his 3 sons and they all had the Boosie fade?
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah. You gotta have a Boosie fade.
If you're in the Boosie household, you gotta have a Boosie fade.
You gotta get a Boosie fade.
But do the girls have to get some form of the Boosie fade? He's got
That's
like
hilarious.
9 kids.
That's hilarious. That's funny. Do your girls got to get a Boosie fade, nigga?
Like if you're Boosie's baby girl, do you have to get some form of the Boosie fade?
You got to be independent. No, that was corny as shit. That
was funny.
That was corny as fuck.
All right, so apparently, Lil Wayne has announced that he's on Rock Nation now.
Yeah, he said in a concert.
I don't know if that really means shit. Yeah. Lil Wayne does a lot of drugs, so I don't know if it's true or if he just met with Jay-Z again and Jay-Z texted him and said it's The Rock. And he took that to mean like the deal was done. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But also on the Lil Wayne front.
It's The Rock.
Jay Prince was interviewed by TMZ. For those of you who don't know who Jay Prince is, he runs the South. He is not to be played with.
Yeah.
People like him and Tony Draper put people in trunk of cars.
Yeah.
Do not play with him. And they asked him whose side was he on in the Lil Wayne and Birdman beef. And his direct quote was, I'm definitely with Lil Wayne. That's the homie. And I'm going to make sure he gets his money. TMZ said, how are you going to do that? I'm going to make Birdman an offer he can't refuse. And he said, well, what does that even entail? He said, well, we'll talk about it when we meet up. He said, but the thing is, even if I got to go in his ass to get this money, that's what I'm going to do. Y'all have a nice day.
Go in his ass and get money. Let me tell you something. First of all, Jay Prince and the whole Rap A Lot Records crew,
it's different.
I'm scared. First of all, Wayne got a lot of ties in Houston because that's what Drake recorded. I think So Far Gone or whatever. Yeah,
Wayne went to school out there.
Yeah, it's a big thing, man. But I got a story about Willie.
Were they like gonna kill you or something like that?
Willie D?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
So I'm me and DL doing a gig at the Houston Improv, and matter of fact, we'll be back there May 26th through the 28th.
Oh, so you are allowed in Houston?
Yeah, I am allowed in Houston.
So you smoothed it out.
I love Houston. Houston is literally
Houston is dope. Man.
Houston is literally one of my favorite. Listen. If you're a black man and you want to get a black woman, you need to go to Houston. Like, they have the best conglomerate of black women I've ever fucking seen. Like, literally. With that being said, though, me and we're in the green room, right? And I didn't know what Willie D looked like because he's he's stocky dude, and when I paid
ex-boxer.
And you haven't seen him for about 20 years.
Right. So, but when I look at the album cover, I clearly see it's him. But I mean, I only knew who Scarface was, right? Mm-hmm. True story. So we're in the green room, and Willie D is talking shit about Texas Southern University, right? TSU is down there in Houston, right? So he's talking shit like, man, fuck that school, blah, blah, blah. Like, the school, them kids are stupid, like all of that, right?
Yeah.
So then he says, I said, man, why you shitting on college? I was like, nigga, did you go to college? He's like, I ain't need to go to fucking college. So I was like, so what do you do for a living? Now, mind you, I don't know who I'm talking to. So I was like, yo, so what do you do for a living? He said, my name is Willie D, nigga. Google me. Now, when a nigga say Google me, I automatically get angry. I'm like, man, fuck you. So he's like, Google Willie D right now. And I Googled him, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, he's one of the ghetto boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know that this motherfucker put hands on people. All I know is, so he was like, he's like, yeah, nigga, and you gonna respect me in my city. And I said, well, I respect Scarface. And
oh man,
the way this nigga eyes turned from white to red, like literally, like DL's road manager Gary is holding me back, like, hey Willie, man, don't kill the kid, don't kill the kid, don't kill the kid. Literally, Willie D was literally like as close as I am to this fucking microphone to me, right? And I'm trying to sit there and act like I'm not scared, but I'm like, God, please don't let this nigga put his hands on me, right? True story. So right after that, somebody's like, Clint, man, I don't think you know who you fucking with, man. That's Willie D. He's like, that nigga will, he's like, you might not leave the fucking parking lot. So I went over to him and I said, hey, man, I just want to apologize for all that shit back there, man. And he was actually wrong, for real, for real.
Okay.
But I think because I'm younger, I get shitted on because I'm you know, and because I'm the one popping off at the mouth. But I'm like, yo, like I said the most disrespect. I said the below the belt, but he started the whole thing.
Right.
Long story short, though, he was like, man, listen. He's like, I'm in a different place now. I really didn't want to have to kill you, but I was close to doing it. And he was like, I accept your apology, young man. And he's like, we both were wrong. And then we shook hands, and then everything's good now. He came to a show afterwards. We're cool. And I'm just glad I'm allowed back in Houston. Because that
would have been tragic. Yeah.
Nigga.
If Willie D would have had to do life for killing you.
Nigga, DL literally suspended me off the road for 2 weeks for that.
Yo, you get suspended a lot.
That's that was only twice. I got suspended that time.
You was beefing with Aries.
I got suspended for beefing with Aries Spears.
Yeah. Everybody beefing.
Can we talk about the Aries Spears shit? Did somebody put hands on him recently?
Yeah, man.
Can we talk about that? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Remember Aries Spears was trying to beef with me on Twitter?
With all of us.
Chad was like, "Oh, Matt and Aries got to meet up on the 33." And I'm like, I'm not meeting up with a nigga that got one Yankees finish. It's like
he said he got one Yankees.
Like I'm not
here's
fucking
the
with
thing.
Aries
Because okay, so here's what I can talk. Here's what I'll say. So I did an interview in Atlanta with this blog called Comedy Hype. All right.
Okay.
So Comedy Hype asked me, like, he was like, yo, man, Aries Spears said Key and Peele aren't black enough. And I was like, what do you mean Key and Peele's not black enough? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I was like, and then it just struck me because it's like, he talks shit about Mike, he talks shit about Kevin Hart. And I'm just like, why is this nigga always talking about somebody? So I was like, man, Aries Spears is the last nigga to talk about somebody's not black enough. Because you want to know something? In his contract, it says he doesn't want black openers. That's in his.
I heard that.
That's in his contract.
Yeah, I heard.
That's a legit.
He don't want you to go over certain things. When you on
that's
stage
legit.
And
that's
shit,
legit. That's
because he wants to do it. Like he don't want you to like tap into certain.
So I
aspects
made that public, and that went viral. You know what I'm saying? And then DL was like, "Hey man, you know you can't be doing this shit out here, man. So I'm gonna need you to chill out with being on the road for us for a little while, and I'll let you know you can come back." Literally 3 months.
Indefinite suspension.
It was like I got suspended.
You were in exile.
I got suspended June of 2016, and I didn't come back till April. I mean, not April, till October.
Holy shit!
So the whole summer I was on ice.
Just home eating Hot Pockets.
I was home. Well, I mean, I was finding other gigs and shit.
Yeah.
But literally after, it was.
I remember this time period.
It was a rough summer. Listen, man. I was depressed. I was sitting in my mom's basement. I ain't take a shower for like a week. Like, I wrote a movie.
Right.
I remember I hit him up like, "Yo, how's the comedy shit going?" He texted me back, man. He's like, "Man, fuck comedy right now." And I'm like, "Damn,
I'm in a dark
really?"
place right
and
now.
He was like, "Man," he's like, "Where you at? Come through." I'm like, "You in LA?" Like, "No, nigga, I'm at my mom's house. I can't even afford to get the fuck down.
I'm in
Like,
the
come through."
basement,
Nigga, that's exactly where I was sitting in the basement for like 3 weeks.
Shit.
Like I was stinking, and then things started coming around right around like Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? I had some gigs lined up, and then DL let me back on the road, and I'm like, thank you.
So what made DL let you back?
You know
Did
what?
the fire calm down?
You know what it is, man? I just think that we have we're like father and son.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, man, I got to show you the hard way. Like, the thing is, he doesn't need anything fucking up with his brand. You know what I'm saying? What I said, like, regardless of whether, like, I was just telling Matt this back in the hallway, I was talking about how, like, regardless of whether Spank and Naeem like it or not, they are synonymous with Kevin Hart forever. Right. And at this point now, like, me and DL, like, if somebody sees DL and somebody that knows me sees him, they be like, "Oh yeah, you know my man Clint." He's like, "Yeah, that's my dude." You know what I'm saying? Or anytime he talks about Philly on his radio show, he literally like, "Yeah, my one of my opening acts from Philly, Clint." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're kind of like now, like we're interchanged. Like it's like when you see me, you see him. You see him, you see me. And it's like you can't have me fucking up your brand, talking about other niggas, like disrespecting other niggas. Because then me and Aries went at it on Twitter. He said, after I said what I said, he was like, "The nigga may not know me, but the nigga gonna respect me." And I was just like, okay. Like, I laughed my ass off.
Aries Spears one night tried to beef with like the whole Philly Twitter.
Yeah.
Kyle was like, dog, you got areolas around your eyes. Like, I'm not fucking doing this with you tonight.
Well, the thing is, man, first of all, I don't think anybody should ever try to beef with Philly Twitter. Philly Twitter is the worst.
Philly Twitter it's a wasteland.
It's the worst, man.
The boy who snuffed him on the podcast though the other day, he backed him on the table, was like, "You keep talking shit, nigga. I'm gonna give you real black eyes." That was when this shit went left.
Let me ask a question: who started Philly Twitter?
The devil.
Yeah, I can see. But I'm just saying, I remember, I couldn't be a part of this shit, man. Like y'all niggas.
It was me and Ayo.
Yeah, Ayo's the worst nigga. This nigga still retweets shit that I said 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, he'll go in his favorites and he'll go back 7 years ago.
I said a tweet 5 years ago. I've talked about. I was like, yo, man, why do guys go to the store and buy Magnum condoms knowing they can't fit them? And he'll retweet. I literally said that like 2009. And the nigga will go back. I'm like, and then niggas be like, yo, this nigga's a faggot. Like,
he has the worst followers online.
Yeah, he does.
Anywhere.
Yeah, he
like,
does.
He has the worst.
And that nigga's a family man. Like,
yeah.
Let's do this real quick. Let's get more serious real quick before we get out of here. Our y'all weird segment. For the week. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying?
This week I want to call it y'all weird as shit.
Y'all weird as a motherfucker. That's
like,
what I'm
y'all
saying.
A different level of weird.
Y'all a different level of savagely animal beast. I don't even understand how.
You want to kick to this?
4 girls jumped a woman.
I saw that.
Four girls. They were trying to attack a young girl. The lady jumped in. I don't know if it was her mother, her aunt.
I think it was some relation.
Some type
to her.
of adult who was trying to end the situation. The young girls were so riled up that they decided, all right, well, we just gonna beat her the hell up, and they beat this lady. Ass.
Beat the lady up. 4-on-1.
I'm more pissed at the onlookers.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers standing around.
You got literally 10 guys in the frame of this shot. 4 right
here.
The
lady handed her phone to
one
a guy.
of them, and you know what he did? All right, I'm gonna hold his phone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish enjoying the afties of my perk, and I'm gonna hold your phone.
Right.
But what I'm not gonna do is be a man and say, hey, y'all little bitches, get the fuck off my block with this bullshit.
Y'all cool the fuck out.
Y'all cool the fuck out. Nobody's learned shit from the dude from Atlantic City.
No.
Like,
so
nobody, like, we haven't learned shit 3 weeks later.
My joint is, it's like, damn, wasn't nobody out there doing anything where, like, getting any type of money. You know what, my old head Nate, shout out Nate. Nate's actually going to come to the show. That's the one I told you he come up and talk about real estate shit. And Nate, he an old head North Philly nigga, thorough motherfucker. And he was like, yo, I was listening to y'all show, and the boy Fat Cuz, he said some real shit. He was like, I don't give a fuck what lane you in. Violence slow up the money. And it's just like, whenever there's some dumb shit like that, where the cops got to come in, nothing's going on. And like, he was like, yo, you drive the bus. If you hold off and get in a fight tomorrow, you held off, you got to sit in the depot, take a piss test, wait. It's slow up. It don't matter what you do. The money has to stop. So it's just like, y'all standing around watching this shit, no one's getting any money. It's just no way around it. Because anybody with any sense is going to be like, yo, y'all cool the fuck out. This shit is drawing.
You drop somebody's mom, though, yo.
Like
these youngins don't have no fucking respect, yo.
I mean, we kind of got into this last week because one of the questions was what we gonna do about the kids, and it's just like y'all don't do nothing with them. Like, it's nothing for the kids to do, for one.
Here's the thing.
Then they come out in the street. They don't have the home training.
Right.
Like,
The fucking park apes.
Yeah, the TV is
the fucking park apes.
The TV is raising these kids.
I'm not even the TV. I think it's the internet and Instagram. It's like it's not even the TV anymore. Because we kind of got raised by the TV. We was TV watchers,
but we was outside too.
We was definitely outside.
And we had a lot of shit we had to govern ourselves because we knew the next level up was a neighbor or your aunt or somebody seeing you doing some bullshit and smack the shit out of you and walk you home.
That's what I was saying the other day. I'm like, I really remember the day where anybody on my block could send your ass in the house.
Yeah. Anybody.
You done. Go in the house. And I remember one time I got sent in the house and gave a Lil Uzi shoulder roll as I was leaving. And Miss Carol straight walked behind me to the house and followed me and talked shit to my mom after I went in the house. Yeah. And my mom oh really, he outside acting up and I'm just like, you really listening to this?
Right. You really gonna go for this shit?
But that's really how it was, and it's just now it's and I said it the other day, and people kind of got mad at me on Facebook. I'm like, as fucked up as it is, and as pissed as I was that wasn't nobody jumping in, it's like them niggas jump in or try to stop that and grab one of them little girls. That little girl mom gonna show up and be mad at him. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fucking
same mom who been sucking dick instead of being a mother.
Bro.
It's going.
See,
It's
Chad
going.
is-
It's
Yeah,
going.
that he went to the.
He always goes.
Chad
call it what it
took-
is.
Chad took-
My sister. My
She's
sister.
sucking dick.
My sister,
All right?
my one sister is a psychologist. My other sister is a straight A student. Go to Drexel on full academic scholarship.
Word. How old is your sister?
20 years old.
I was just asking. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah. So these little bitches that's outside acting like park apes. It's a
Right.
product of their parents.
Yeah,
Right, I
hell
agree.
yeah.
Like
I agree.
they're not just figuring that this is the way to go. You know what I'm saying?
No. I think that
They're
what
not
problem is
being
you have.
parented.
I have a true story. There's kids raising kids. Like I have a cousin who had a child at 10 years old.
Dog.
Shit.
Like 10 years old. Like that's your fucking sister.
Ross' mom worked at Penrose, and she was like the
Rick Ross.
No, Ross. I don't think you met my man Ross. His mom worked at Penrose at school, and like it was a kid in 8th grade who had a kid he had to go pick up.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Like,
You're
Young
13,
boy, like 13.
you don't know how to deal with
I
it.
go pick my son up.
Gotta pick my young up. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit real.
Yeah.
And it's just like like he said, product of the environment. You got grown people. I see it all day because I'm on a bus,
Right.
and I see the worst of the worst. Man, motherfuckers get on there screaming and hollering on the phone,
yep.
doing the apps, and like I turn around and see the kids is like they don't know no better
And-
because you do this shit.
My little
So-
sister, my little sister worked for is a bus driver too, and she worked for something. She be saying all the time. Well, she drive a 124, so she don't really get that many
king of pressure
shenanigans.
and shit.
But she says sometimes when she's driving, when she's driving like in Norristown and school, like she got to deal with fuck shit too. Like and she,
and to me, it's more like it's depressing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you know what's crazy though? I remember when I was when I was like 14, 15, I was going to Northeast High School. Man, we used to catch the charter from Northeast to Fern Rock. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, the charter, man, it was some shit that I never forget, man. I'm mad that I'm really gonna tell this story, but I feel bad for doing it when I was a kid. But somebody dared me because the bus driver was just getting on our nerves. They was like, "Yo, I dare you to throw a condom at the bus driver." I went a step further. I pissed in the condom and threw the shit at the bus driver like a fucking water balloon and ran off. And I thought about it years later now, and I'm thinking in my head like, yo, that bus driver should have whooped my fucking ass.
I keep it a
dog.
bean tree.
He should have killed me, yo.
We was in 11th grade, and the seniors, we was on the bus. The 12th grade motherfuckers, it was a year ahead of us. It was mischief day, like mischief night.
Yeah.
They was throwing eggs on the bus, and the driver was like, "Yo, we was on the 27." The driver was like, "Yo, stop throwing fucking eggs. Like y'all drawing, y'all tripping. Cool the fuck out." Motherfucker hauls off and throws the egg up at him. Break. All right, all y'all the fuck off the bus. So these motherfuckers decide, all right, we're gonna fuck the driver up. They don't know the driver like a 8th degree black belt.
Man.
Yo, when I tell you he was whipping ass left and right, I'm just like, yeah, I'm out. Like I ain't got time for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the world we live in now, you really can't even check a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because the mom, the dad, like all that shit, they gonna show up on some belligerent extra shit. Like it's weird. The world we live in is just strange when it comes to the kids, and that's why I'm just like, I don't see it getting any better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and
I
that's
think
really
it gets
the problem.
horrendously worse because you got kids who really don't have governing. They go out in the street. They don't understand that there's people that can hurt them. Like my pop
Yeah.
was my pop's 6'5", like big dude,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
I remember like I used to like get, because I was a big kid, and my
Yeah.
pop would jump up and be, like. My pop wore like velour jogging sets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like velour jogging sets with like 4 little gold chains.
That's
and
funny. Your pop is
and a kufi, and he's not Muslim, so you know he crazy.
He
You know what I'm
whooped
saying?
He
Like,
he said 4 gold
real
chains.
talk.
That's
But-
Mr. Freddie wear 4 gold chains.
Yo, all old heads wore 4 gold chains. I remember my homie was at my crib and my pop had his kufi on. They was like getting shit delivered, like appliances, and
Yeah.
like the guy delivering it was Muslim. My pop was like, yeah, he greeted me Muslim. I don't know why. And I'm like,
You got
Maybe because you got a
he
goofy
got
on?
a big beard and a kufi. And my man Ross was like, do you not realize he got a kufi on? And I'm like, yeah, he wear it because his head get cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you don't want no problems with nobody like that. But real
That's
talk.
No, but yeah, man. No,
hilarious.
I used to get checked by old head, and that's
Like-
another thing. I think that's the big thing too. Like, I think a lot of these kids don't have good old heads.
They don't have
They don't.
parents. They don't have good old
They don't have good old
It's
heads.
like, the fathers be MIA from the
MIA.
rip,
Right.
and then the mom, once they get to a certain age, it's like, all right, fuck them kids, I'm out. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
Mom got to have a life too.
I know
You
chicks
what I'm
that got the teenager, it be looking after the young ones.
Because I will say, I had a couple of good old heads growing up, man.
Yeah, I like shout out Mr. Barry, man. Mr. Barry was the old head on my block that would come out. Ezra, he used to have us playing one-on-one football. He would like steady quarterback.
Yeah, steady quarterback. These young boys don't know about the steady quarterback.
He'd have us lifting weights. He'd set up Madden tournaments, like all that shit. Yeah. Like he was just a thorough old head on the block. And like you don't have that no more. Right. Like think about it. When's the last time you seen just an old head schooling motherfuckers? Just talk, and it's
that
like
shit in Atlantic City.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't really talk to them because
they not listening.
Exactly.
These kids don't listen. They rather be dumb as fuck, yo.
And the fucked up thing is, it's like we've already seen a deterioration of the males. Like look at Chicago, look at Philadelphia, look at Baltimore. How some of these young males act, and they be young too. They be 12, 13 now. They be ganged out. They be carrying guns. All of that shit. So now it's like, once you start seeing the females deteriorate,
we in trouble.
They start mimicking the behavior of the boys. It's like
we in trouble.
We got a systemic issue.
Let me ask you a question though. So, do you think just us just sitting here, are y'all old heads? Can we be better old heads? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, all right, give you a prime example.
I definitely know I can.
Like
I know I can, but
my little cousin
is like, dude. You gotta put the effort out, and it has to be accepted.
Right, I agree. So I'm saying, like my little cousin, right? He lives in L.A. He's 18. He just turned 18 years old, right? Mm-hmm. I've literally watched that kid. I've literally been around that kid since he's about 12 years old. Like I'm talking consistently. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when I found out he got to Morehouse, I was like, man, that was the first time in my life I felt like we fucking did it. Like we made it. And my thing was that he may not listen to everything I say, but I can see the shit that some of the stuff that I do, he mimics. The way I talk, some of the things that in my speech, even the music he's listening to. Like literally, I walked in his room one day. I was like, man, what you listen? He's listening to Tribe Called Quest. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, and I don't have to tell him to do this shit. It's just like he does it on his own. You know what I'm saying? Right. And my thing is that maybe we should just be better old heads. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a funny podcast and we're supposed to be funny, but like on a serious note, I challenge everybody. Y'all got thousands of listeners. Yo, fellas, if you listen to this, be a fucking better old head. You know what I'm saying? Take one of these young kids to the side and be like, hey, man, I mean, and sometimes being an old head doesn't have to necessarily mean you got to, like, school them. Like, have fun with them. Play ball with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm old head. I can't play ball worth a lick, but now I'm old head in the white shorts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, with the bike.
I'm old head in the white shorts.
Old head done rolled up to the park on a pedal bike. Yo, can I get a run, yo?
Yeah, I'm old head with the white shorts. And I play defense and rebounds.
I feel like this is another one of the things. There are so many of them. Like, when we was kids, you weren't linking up to where it was 500 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there'd be straight packs of these motherfuckers. Like, yesterday I saw a dirt bike pack, no bullshit, it had to be 200 of them. You know what I'm saying? Right. In North Philly, it's so many of them because it's crazy, but it's like, it's women that got 3, 4, 5, 6 kids.
Straight up.
Bunch of different dudes. And it's like, I'm not condemning you, whatever.
Shit happens.
I get it. But it's just, shit happens. But it's just a simple strength that it's like, you got these kids, you're not really paying them no mind. Right. The fathers are nowhere to be fucking found. There really are no all the men on the block is drunks. Like, I drive through North, I'll be like, what the fuck make you want to stand in front of the beer joint all day?
They do that shit in West Oakland.
They getting younger and younger.
All day.
Young niggas.
Doing nothing. Standing there.
Nothing.
Eating.
Yo, this shit be crazy, dog.
Like, we're old head, man. I remember a nigga, every time I'm in Philly, there's a nigga asking me if he let me know he got that loud.
Dog, listen.
Big ass Nicks loud, old head.
I got that loud.
I pull up in front of the Chinese store in front of my depot. I'm parking. I get out the fucking car. Old head come over. He's not even old. I'm calling him old head just because he old. He like 42. Right. Young blood. Let me get $3 real quick. Go ahead and give me $7. I'm like, nah, I ain't got it, cuz. Roll back. So I go whatever. I go to work. I come back from work, park. Bus, I'm going back to my car. I'm getting in the car. The nigga, he know me. He a Cowboy fan. So he whenever he see me, that's his way in. Right. He's like, yeah, man, they got rid of Claiborne. You know what I'm saying? Whole defense looking good. I'm like, yeah, we doing some things. He like, yeah, let me get $3, man. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with y'all?
Let a young old head get $3.
I'm like, what the fuck is up with y'all at $3? But that shit is crazy. It's like, and I say it all the time. I see women working their asses off, man, hustling,
absolutely,
just going for it, and then I see niggas who don't even want to go to work. It's just like, fuck having, like, I get it.
But here's the thing. They don't want to go to work. They don't want to go to school.
That's
they don't
what
want
I'm
to take
saying.
a
They don't
trade.
do shit.
They don't want to sell drugs. They don't want to rob niggas. They don't want to do nothing.
They don't want to rob
They just
niggas.
want to sit on the couch or sit in front of the beer distributor all fucking day.
real
That's
shit.
all they want to do. They don't
Motherfuckers-
want to do nothing productive.
Just stand around. I've
Well,
never.
is robbing niggas productive?
It's more productive than
more-
doing
Yeah,
nothing.
you're right.
I mean, at least you can bring something home.
At least
and
you
put
can-
something in the fucking
Right, right.
freezer.
At least you can bring
All
200,
niggas want to
300
do
home.
is listen to Migos and sling dick all day, and they not even probably doing that right.
Yeah.
There you
You
go
know why?
again
Because they
with
drinking malt liquor all fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. When I was young,
I see that shit. I be on 33 coming down 22nd Indiana. When them gates lift up in that beer joint, it's like they be waiting for this shit, and it's just
but
like,
my thing is, do
Like,
these
hey,
property
Kim, you 4 minutes late, brother.
Like, yo.
these property people be allowing this shit? Are they making?
I mean, because they stand around, scrounge around, like no bullshit. I went out and did overtime the other day on the 33. I haven't done the 33 in a while. This guy came up, and I'm looking at him walking up. I'm like, I know this same bull. I haven't seen this bull in 7 or 8 years. We in the same fucking spot that I've seen him in 8 years ago. Hey, you spare us a little bit of change.
Right.
And I'm like, he was asking the people getting on the bus, and I told him, like, he was out here asking for change the day I started working here.
Wow.
I've been here since 2009, and it's just, and he's not an old motherfucker.
Right.
Like, I think now he.
That be the despair
Yeah.
shit.
Like,
when I
set in.
started
like
at-
when I see motherfuckers younger than me, like begging for change. And
Yeah,
shit,
I'm like,
yo, what wrong turn did you take in life, my guy?
Like, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I tell.
or trying to sell loose cigarettes,
Dog, like.
or trying to buy loose cigarettes.
The motherfucker got on the bus. He pulled out a senior pass.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him like,
Bruh.
you're 30. Like, what old man did you club over the head
With
with?
a Jay-Z line, it's stress to take a young
Yeah.
nigga, get the whole face.
This shit be crazy, man. It's like it's so much work we gotta do. I was actually Carl had wanted me to call him today, but it's cool. We'll bring Carl over here later because Carl like me was going off the other night when we
Yeah.
saw that video with the kids. It
shit
was
was bad.
It was terrible.
That's-
I was
yeah.
pissed. If anybody saw my Insta snap, I was pissed because it just looks so terrible. It's on the news. It's on World Star. Like, that shit is out there.
Yeah,
like
man. And it make us look like animals.
And I said it the other
Exactly.
day.
like I'm not gonna lie. Like, do you ever have to apologize to white people for shit niggas do?
Yo,
I'll be
listen.
telling white people like, yo, man, that ain't me, man. I
Like,
don't,
yo,
I don't know
I
them
was
niggas.
saying it the other day. It's like, yo, I was driving the 27 that day when this shit happened, and it's like, it was nice. It was like the first nice day of the year.
Yeah.
And I see white. I was driving, Plymouth Meeting and shit,
Yeah, yeah,
Germantown
yeah,
Pike.
yeah.
White people was throwing frisbees, kicking hacky sacks.
Had the Labrador
They was
out.
having fun like shit. You know what I'm saying? Badminton.
And you know what we
nets was
doing?
up.
We try to fight.
Trying
Fight.
to destroy some
We
Try
trying
shit.
to do some shit. We trying to fuck some shit up.
Like, there ain't shit.
We
for
couldn't
these-
wait to get out. It's like we were in the cage all winter.
There ain't shit for these young
He
kids
like,
to do besides
winter
fuck,
ran
get
till
high,
April.
and
Fuck
fight.
that. I'm fucking somebody
That's
after
really
death.
how that shit is, dog. And
That's
it's sad
sad.
than a motherfucker. So it's just like, yeah, we got a lot of
said they
work
was
we
throwing
got to do.
frisbees.
All right, so we got about we at 2 hours right now. We about to go into overtime. We got about 10 minutes. We want to do the social media topic, or we want to take some questions.
Social media, knock it out.
All right, cool.
How do you take questions?
We got to
We got an email.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, social media topic of the week was a big debate the other day. I was particularly pissed off.
Yes, I seen it.
about the shit.
The funniest shit about Chad's Twitter, if y'all follow him on Twitter,
I
is
constantly say I'm not
Chad's
debating
thing
with
is
y'all.
I
motherfuckers.
don't debate with people.
But he debates
on
all
Twitter.
fucking
But then
day.
he's like Carl. They get
I've literally been following Chad since I got a Twitter.
yo.
Like,
That was 2009. Like, and that's when
annoy
Twitter was lit.
I annoy myself sometimes.
Go ahead.
So, the social media topic of the week: did T.I. invent trap music? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh.
What?
I say Jeezy did.
No.
I think Jeezy did.
2003, T.I.
Trap
has an
music.
album
You're right.
called
You're right. You know
Trap
what?
Music.
Y'all wouldn't.
2001, T.I. has a song called "Dope Boys in the Trap."
All right. You know what?
seen
I
motherfuckers-
concede on this topic.
I seen people saying shit like, "Oh well, somebody had mentioned trap, and Andre 3000 had mentioned trap."
But
And
I-
a
Big
Andre
Boy
was-
said trap 2 times
Yeah.
in one verse
Yeah.
on a Quemini
Nah,
album.
that doesn't count.
and it's just like my
No.
thing is when it comes to when I think of trap music, being in the trap in.
I think of
young
T.I.
niggas trap. T.I. is the first thing.
And I think of ATL.
Yes.
I think of ATL. I think of that. That's his shit.
like
I was in Atlanta when T.I. first came out. That around that first album, I was going to Clark, Atlanta, my freshman year of college.
Shout out
And
to Clark.
I literally used to see T.I. on campus. And I remember the impact his first album had, although it didn't do good nationally. I remember how excited people were around that city about him and that album. Then I also remember after that album didn't work, when he went back to the drawing board and did the PSC in the Streets mixtapes with DJ Drama, and how that laid the groundwork for an album like Trap Music to come out. Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know that history and that knowledge, to try to discredit this man is just like strange to me. I saw people saying, well, 3 6 Mafia was making trap music. Technically, I said, help me understand this. If 3 6 Mafia is not looking for the credit, why are you looking to give it to him?
Right. Facts.
DJ Paul, Juicy J, Crunchy Black, Gangsta Boo, none of them are saying, oh no, we really created it. I mean, but y'all want to discredit T.I. because y'all don't like him.
When you go with the history of hip hop, you could always go back to somebody who did something similar first.
Exactly.
Like, even though with rap in general, like, you know, you could always say, oh man, the Sugar Hill Gang. Well, nigga, there was motherfuckers before that if you watch the Get Down. You know what I'm saying?
The Get Down.
And there was probably motherfuckers before them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and then, you know, you ever talk to hotels and be like, oh, it started in Africa, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was drug dealing rap or whatever before T.I. Of course there was. But I think the genre of trap music is T.I. Like,
there's no way around it. It's like T.I. I didn't know what the fuck the whole Zone 4, Zone 6, like all of that shit.
He brought that to the rap game.
Like T.I., one of his greatest verses was his verse on Round Here, where he said, them young niggas similar to King Kong round here. The hell would he know if he ain't known round here? Them gangsters rep their hood by the zone round here. Like, I remember I remember the first time I heard that, because I knew who Bleak was, and I knew who Trick Daddy was. And then
Who's this other guy?
Remember,
he
was standing there like that when the shit came, and it was just like, the 24s make them dubs look like 10s around here. He was just like, yo, he painted a picture that was so vivid.
And that's my thing with T.I. is that T.I. talked about drug dealer emotion, the shit that you go through. My dad getting sick and him knowing that I'm hustling and fucking with him, and my mom doing drugs, and he was literally at a time like the Jay-Z of the South.
Yes.
Nigga, he was. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, when T.I. dropped I'm Just Doing My Job.
Oh my God.
That song was just like, damn.
Even like, Rubber Band Man.
Yeah,
like people was so, because the beat was so crazy. But the actual lyrics to some of the shit he's saying, you know what I'm saying?
He said,
why the Rubber Bands? They representing the struggle.
He said, what was the line on Rubber Band Man's? Went down, did 10 back round and rich again. Like,
I'm like, that's that talk.
Yeah,
like,
Rubber Band Man.
I said, so
crazy.
how can, like,
would you say Jeezy? Could you say Jeezy perfected it?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, so
Jeezy has the perfect trap album, Thug Motivation 101.
Right.
He has the quintessential trap album.
Quintessential.
But T.I. did it first.
Right, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to realize all of that T.I. shit was before Gucci and Jeezy.
I know I'm going to piss some people off. I think I'd rather listen to trap music over 101.
101 is like...
101 is the shit.
Jeezy's got a cult.
Trap music was one of my favorite albums. Like,
Jeezy got a cult following from that album.
Yeah, he did.
Man.
No way around it. Like,
He's the snowman.
I give it to 101 by like a hair. Like if we was doing the Source mic scale, like it's like 4.75 mics to like 4.5.
Yeah,
like it's like they in the same ballpark, but it's like
with
shit. Trap or Die,
and I spoke on the
Trap or Die mixtape.
I spoke on it on here a couple episodes ago. Like when Jeezy was like, you know, when I came in to do my verse for them boys, and he was like, we got in there and Jody Breeze and all that. They all rappers. So he's like, they knocked that out in a couple minutes. He's like, and I'm in there. It took me 45 minutes. And, you know, I'm doing this and coming back and doing this ad lib. And they like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And he was like, but when they locked it all in and hit play and that shit, if the shit ain't locking up, bring it back. Bring it back. Like, he was like, literally, the whole room froze. Like, oh shit, because he got the perfect voice. Yeah. He got the perfect voice, the perfect flow, the perfect attitude. You know what I'm saying?
So was he ever signed Bad Boy? Cause I know
for one album.
Yeah, for an album.
One album for Boys in the Hood. That was it.
And that was it.
Yeah, he didn't even tour with them. He did like 10 shows and then his shit took off. He told Puff, he said, listen, Puff, you got X amount of months to get this shit right. If you don't roll this shit out, I'm going my Def Jam shit. And
I know Puff got to be kicking himself in the ass for that one.
That nigga had a
Puff opened a lot of doors.
That nigga had a Def Jam and a Bad Boy deal at the same time. You got to fuck with Jeezy.
Yeah, right.
Jeezy. All right, let's do this real quick. Quick couple questions. I saw a couple goofy ones. One was let me go back to the notes. I got notes.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Been trying to encourage Matt to use his notes for a month now.
One of the questions I saw was, let's end the long debate. KFC or Popeyes. So I was cracking the fuck up.
I'm gonna say, I had Popeyes today.
They're both trash.
Like,
I don't fuck with Popeyes, man.
I fuck with Bojangles.
Yeah, Popeyes is,
I just don't like Bojangles' name. I don't like the name Bojangles.
I don't know what kind of birds they're using at Popeyes, but when I got the last time I got a Popeyes,
he said the shit is too crispy.
I got a 3-piece like a couple months ago.
I had a 3-piece today.
The wing was bigger than the breast. I'm like, I don't know if y'all are frying pterodactyls back there,
Pterodactyl.
but the wings were fucking huge. And KFC, just garbage. It's like
only thing I can fuck with at KFC is the grilled chicken.
Like
I fuck with Bojangles.
KFC.
Anybody has ever been down to Charlotte shit, like Bojangles is shit.
KFC is like, I understand budget cuts and I understand
budget cuts.
But like
KFC lost me with the double down.
Colonel
They don't never have shit.
The Colonel,
you go to a KFC in an urban city, they don't have shit.
The Colonel put 16 herbs and spices in the chicken. Y'all out here putting 10, 11 herbs and spices in the chicken. The chicken don't even taste
That's
the way
the first
it
white
tastes.
man to ever season chicken.
All the KFCs is in like bad areas too.
All of them.
Like they're all bulletproof.
The worst,
like when y'all got
That's
the
real
bulletproof joint that spin on the inside of the restaurant,
yes.
it's like,
that's
damn.
the one over there on Broad and Allegheny.
All of them.
And the one on Broad and Allegheny, because my grandma used to live on in the home now, but over on Broad, they had it was a Taco Bell and a KFC.
No,
the
that's
same
Broad.
shit.
It's down the block from Allegheny. That's
But the same, you know what I mean.
I drive 60. That's how
well,
I
I go by the stop.
Yeah.
I go by the subway stop.
Yeah, it's
But
like 20th and Allegheny.
50. No, it's
No,
on Broad.
It's on Broad.
and-
It's close to
I'm
Indiana
thinking about
Avenue.
the other
Broad
one
and- it's
on
in between
Allegheny.
Indiana.
I think it's like, is it what? It's not Westmoreland. It was
It's
the
Westmoreland.
block.
It's
Yeah,
no, not Westmoreland. That's
the
other
block
one.
after Allegheny.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like 57th, and is that still one? Baltimore?
Yeah.
Like all
Yeah.
them Jones mad nigga.
Yo, they condemned the one
could've
on
seen-
Hunting Park. The one on Hunting Park near,
Yeah.
they condemned that shit and tore it to the ground and rebuilt it as something else now.
Yeah.
Matt, you could
I
have
don't know
saved
what the
that.
fuck it
You could have
is.
saved that question.
I just thought it was funny.
Let's end the
Y'all
debate.
weird as shit for that question.
Always start a quick little dumbass
Yeah.
argument and shit. The one joint I seen. Hold on, I didn't take it out of the email, of course. I'm in my YouTube app. Fucking up.
Okay.
Y'all niggas gotta stop slandering Africans. Oh, shout out EK.
Do you guys do y'all shout out names that ask these questions?
Certain people.
No, some people. I mean, not all the time. Damn, did I delete
We
it?
try to conceal the names of the stupid motherfuckers.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
no, but
yeah.
you should start shouting them out. You dumb as fuck, man. You dumb as fuck.
We got like a bunch of intelligent questions last week. I was
we
shocked.
did. Damn, I had a good one. I think I deleted it. I'm trying to remember what the fuck she
You know
wrote.
some shit, Patch.
I know I fucked it up. 'Cause I keep swiping left and don't like.
You do know when you delete these messages, they're not fully deleted. You can just go to the deleted messages
Nah,
tab.
I got like no space,
gotta-
it automatically deletes the shit. When I
got a curfew at my little sister house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's sad.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
No. What else you got? I want to hear these questions.
Do you have at least one more question?
Of course he doesn't.
We went to
'Cause
overtime. Can we at least play? We got 2 minutes left. Can we get one
We've
question?
answered most of these. I'm trying. She said, I looked dead at it and thought that was. Oh, what do you feel about pictures being taken for social media with funerals and weddings? I couldn't remember.
Oh, that's some y'all weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 30 seconds. That's some y'all weird shit. Y'all are literally using anything for likes at this point.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
It was
the
like
tip I
y'all was
on.
already exploiting like y'all kids and shit like that.
Right,
It's like,
right,
yo,
right.
when you don't got nothing to post, let me post my kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get 300 likes and shit. So it's like y'all already was doing that, making us think that y'all good parents and shit like that. Fab got busted posting his kid and it was like a holiday. So it's like now y'all have taken it to the other extreme. So it's like y'all was doing kids, weddings, and now y'all doing fucking
Yeah,
funerals.
I don't
Y'all
mind.
tripping.
I don't mind weddings. Weddings is cool.
Yeah,
Weddings
I don't mind
is a
weddings.
good time. If my niggas get married, I think we should capture the moment. We should take pictures because it's fun. But a funeral,
Out
if
of
I
pocket.
see, listen, I'm going. Like I said, I'm going to Charlie Murphy. If I see a fucking phone, I swear to God, I'm gonna say something. Unless it's like a nigga who like is more established in the industry than me.
Then he get rocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him chill. But most niggas, nah. Like, come on, man, respect the family.
My thing is like it ain't even the funeral Jones but it's like when people post pictures crying.
That's the worst one.
It's like, why?
Pictures and video. You ain't really fucking crying.
Like, why are you
Why you
doing
had
this?
to take Big Mama?
Like, why are you doing this? Or they'll go sit
Like, cousin, take this pic. I'm about to
Yeah.
cry.
I
real
unfollow
quick.
people like that. You immediately get unfollowed, man.
Like motherfuckers that are like sit next to the tombstone. Yo,
Yeah,
take this pic
man.
real quick, though. Yeah, let me look down.
and
And then do that. And like, this should be.
I don't know how I'm gonna go on.
This should be
with the
crazy.
dramatic ass caption.
Yeah, and it's just like
A little piece of me died today, Big
Facts.
Mama.
Yo,
I'm gonna miss your fried
I
chicken.
understand,
It was
man.
better than Bojangles.
Bojangles. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand. Like I said, I understand. You know, wanting to pay your respects and stuff like that, man. Like I said, I posted a picture of Charlie, and you know, no, did I? No, I actually didn't post a picture of him. I only posted a status about him. Just said,
Right.
"Rest in peace, friend." Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't. There was no pictures, and my thing is, I just feel like, you know,
I
death.
feel like when people die on it, like people be like, you know how. Like,
But I
the
would post a
chicks
picture
do.
of you if you died.
Thanks, man. Like,
People be trying to get their shit off.
no, people
Like
be just
by
trying to be
affiliation.
in the midst.
That's real
In the
rap,
mi-
though. That's
like,
real rap.
I seen people die, and then like all the chicks he was dealing with were like over the top posts.
Yeah, because they see the other one post.
Right,
and then they
right,
gotta
right,
come
right.
back
They gotta
with,
one up that.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just,
right.
I just sucked his dick last Thursday.
There go Chad again.
Sucking dick, right? It's not him sucking dick. But.
You know what I'm saying? Your cum was so sweet. I can't
Yo.
believe that I'm never going to get to do it again.
This should be-
Taquan,
This should be crazy.
love you
It's
forever.
like somebody died, motherfuckers would literally just say anything.
Right,
like,
right.
Damn, I just run. You was just in my line at Target. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I gave
right.
you my discount.
You
That's
had the
crazy.
nicest shoelaces on when I
Yeah,
seen you.
Like, this shit be insane. It's
Stop that shit, man.
Like I feel like people. I watched a John. I think Rick had posted it about. It was a doctor. He was on like one of them shows, and he was talking about the things that trigger in the brain when people get likes on Instagram and Facebook and shit like that. And he was like, the more likes you get, the more like. Think about it. You ever hear somebody say to somebody, "Yo, I seen that picture you post, and that joint has 600 likes." Like they they be happy for you and
Right.
shit.
Like you won.
Yeah, I see you, my nigga.
Won a championship.
You was styling on them. And it's just like, yeah, like that shit is weird. So it's like, motherfuckers legit have gotten to the point now where it's like, yo, I'm going to get these likes off. And like you said, I ain't got nothing to post. Hey, come here, y'all.
Come here, y'all. Get together, little niggas.
Yeah.
Right.
Little baby niggas, get together.
Round it up. You know what I'm saying?
Get your smile on. You done just lost a tooth. Don't smile so much.
Yeah, exactly. You going to fuck my lights
gonna
up.
Don't smile so much.
All right, man. That's it. Episode 15, the realest podcast ever. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube. We're trying to build our YouTube page up. YouTube.com, the realest podcast ever. You can search it. Once you put it in one time, it'll keep popping up.
Tell a friend to tell a friend that if you haven't heard any episodes recently, tell them to unsubscribe and then resubscribe.
Yeah, if your shit is not automatically updating, unsubscribe and resubscribe. It'll regenerate because our numbers was all fucked up for 1 week, but we back now, bitches.
Clint,
Got anything to plug for you get out of here? Clint?
Yeah. I got another If Men Told the Truth coming out April 26th with All Def Digital.
We going for 30 million views.
Yeah, we definitely.
Hey, can we do a skit?
No. no, I'm playing. I mean, you got the flight, John. Come to LA, dog.
Oh, we gotta do it in LA.
It gotta happen in LA because that's where my film team is and shit.
You have a film team.
I have
This guy
I have
is
office
wealthy.
space now.
That blue check got you.
Oh,
Listen, man. You know what's crazy? Somebody asked me real quick. Somebody asked me, like, yo, how you get the blue check? I'll tell y'all how it happened. Like, but it literally, I woke up one morning and I was like, oh my God, I'm a verified person. And I'm trying to figure out like how to put, somebody told me, I'll tell you off air how it happened. But
Okay.
it's very fucking crazy how like social media is like there's a secret society in social media. Like it's crazy. But yeah, new joint, next few gigs. I'm gonna be in Oakland, California with DL, April 28th through the 30th. I'll be in Spokane, Washington, April 4th through the 6th. And I'm trying to think. Oh, and my Twitter, my Instagram and whatever is at Clint Coley, CLINT COLEY. Again, if you retarded and you didn't get it, CLINT COLEY. I think that's all.
MATTMAKESMESICK. That works.
Yeah, because people, when I say Clint Coley, people like don't sometimes like
They
don't.
gonna play Cooley.
Yeah, man, like
The Russian bull called you that night on
oh my
Clint
God.
He said Clint Coley.
No, yeah, listen. It's my first ever TV appearance doing stand up, yo. I was super excited. And the motherfucker, he was like, this is his first television appearance here at Gotham Live. And then he says, Clint Colin. And I'm like, oh,
he
my
fucked his name all the way
Oh,
up.
my God, man. It's live, too, motherfucker.
right.
Like, yeah, he pissed me off. I wanted to fight him. Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah, Smirnoff.
That's his name.
Damn.
All right, we out.
We out, man. Hope
15
y'all
in the
enjoyed this
books.
episode. Go back, start from the beginning.
Oh, my bad. And I got a podcast.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
my
yeah, you
bad.
do,
I forgot. I got a podcast. It's called A Few Things. You can click the link in my bio, but just subscribe to my shit. A Few Things. I actually support this podcast. I actually shot them out on my podcast.
Lit.
Yes, he
So,
does.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go ahead and check them out. Check me out, man, if you can, man. My podcast is pretty funny. You know, it ain't this lit, but it's lit.
Yeah, but you
We
got
gotta come on your
You
podcast.
got a blue
you more than welcome to come on my podcast, man. Like I said, man.
We're gonna take a weekend. We're gonna come to LA.
Come to my podcast,
We're gonna do
man.
a skit, and we coming on the podcast.
And we
That
got,
would be a lit
and we
weekend.
got Grand Marnier.
I can't call out till December 7th.
Y'all sponsored
so.
by Grand Marnier?
Yeah, we are. I am. Like,
Oh, that's-
yeah,
oh, you as
just
Clint
me.
Coley.
Yeah. I'm sponsored.
The Clint Coley brand.
It's sponsored by Grand Marnier.
Oh, man, that's
I
lit.
endorse Grand Marnier. Yes,
That's
I do.
what's up.
Hook us up.
Yeah, right.
I got you for real. I got like 3 cases of Grand Marnier at the crib.
No, we don't want no liquor, nigga.
no,
we
fuck
need a
the liquor.
sponsorship.
We need
Oh,
a
my
sponsorship.
bad.
Yo,
I lucked into that. I'll tell y'all that.
yo, we out, man.
All right, so.
Talk to y'all.